you.
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out. Combo move. This is what they've been doing. Hey, McAfee.
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick!
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Hangman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner, man.
We've got the He-Man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where as fans we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rap is whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining JCU was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
We got the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just think how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with All About Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name, so he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen. first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
Ah! All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James is talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Jeff.
Cool. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another brand new installment of the Saturday Shenanigans here on the Simply Reliable Studios brand of channels. I am, of course, your host and moderator, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Good to see everybody filtering in. I'm going to waste no time. We're going to start bringing in our panel of misfits. You know, it's getting close to be that time of year, so I think you really could call us the Island of Misfit Toys. First person we're going to bring in, and I'm not sure if he's entirely ready. Jeff? Jeff?
Whoa. Hi. How are you?
Must have been the Mercedes Monet match that put you to sleep.
As always, you know how you do. Anyway, I didn't plan this very well. This headset's not. There we go. Hi. Okay. Anyway, how you doing? Yes, am in bed sick, not feeling all that happy, but I had to be part of the Shenanigans because I enjoyed the Shenanigans, and I was at a hockey game early enough where I could be part of the Shenanigans, and I watched the coverage of Full Gear. I didn't want to pay for Full Gear because I knew better. So you know, I watched our coverage. It sounded like it was worth $50.
I used one of those streams.
But
I had our team doing commentary because
right.
Excalibur.
Because hey, he's a Hall of Famer, and I absolutely agree with you. Anyway,
the only Excalibur worth anything is that sword that was stuck in the stone all those years ago.
That's right. Even the hotel kind of is what it is now in Vegas. No more Nitro Real, so it's really worth going up there.
All right. So the next person we're going to bring in is honestly one of the MVPs of this channel since the rebranding. Walter Cruz is in the house. Mr. Reliable, Walter Hefner.
I'm just straight cold. That's why I'm wearing it like it's a blanket. I'm not even wearing it the right way.
Mind your P's and Q's because your missus is already in the chat line.
I know, I see. She already hit me in the head in the other stream.
And she's not wrong, though, to be fair. What the hell was going on there?
And then the last person that is ready now, and hopefully we will have Noah shortly. You know how he do. He's got to get a complete outfit change in between pay-per-view calls and Shenanigans. But
Mr. Showbiz, you know.
The man who we seem wear pretty much the same thing every episode. The Heat Man is here.
Yes.
What do you mean? What is it?
His Bucks hat is in place. Bucks hat is in place. He is ready for the Saturday Shenanigans and every other goddamn thing he does.
Yukon Hebert ready for the season of winter. I mean, I look like Yukon Cornelius, so there you go.
Silver and gold. Oh wait, no, that's next one. Sorry.
I am suffering from whiplash.
The Bumble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I ever tell you about Bumbles? They bounce. I gotta tell you,
bounce.
I'm Bumble suffering from whiplash after the ending of that goddamn pay-per-view right now. What the fuck?
You know what? With this toothache I got going on, I really am the Bumble from that movie. Like, my tooth is hurting like a mucker footer, so I completely identified with the Abominable Snowman. Like, for real.
I will give AEW credit for one thing with this ending, because it was very WCW 2000s-esque. However, it was produced better.
Valid.
There is that.
There is that. I mean, there is
to
that.
be fair,
silver
linings. Yeah. although trying to say your benchmark is WCW 2000 production values is like saying the Sahara Desert is mildly sandy. So,
brother, we got to take the victories when we can get them, man.
Yes, for victory.
My expectations are so low with how they run their operations.
How low are they?
It's like a game of limbo. How low can they go?
Exactly.
Don't do that. Don't go lower.
Well, yeah.
Well,
yes, James Holmes had a heart attack on the air.
I do want to wait until Noah gets here before we get too deep into things.
Yes.
Because the first topic is going to be, Full Gear Fallout.
Yeah.
So him having been on the call, kind of want his final thoughts on everything.
Yeah, it's a simple take because there's nothing simple about that damn show, so we might as well get it done now.
Right?
It was the main event that was definitely not simple. The rest of the show was actually pretty good.
But you knew the main event was going to be bad shit. So it's you got Orange Cassidy who knew he actually bled tomato juice rather than orange juice. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So now we know. And as you always say, no one's half the battle.
I know people that used to bleed mild sauce from Taco Bell.
What?
Is it safe to say that he was beat to a bloody pulp?
Wait, are you talking about? Yes. Wait, are you talking about Alex Zane there, JJ?
No.
Because Alex Zane.
No, I'm talking about LBWA.
LBWA. Yeah.
Well, him and Alex Zane might be good friends because they like Taco Bell.
Because none of us were stupid enough to actually blade ourselves.
Yeah.
And there was a Taco Bell that was diagonal from where we used to wrestle. So we'd go over to Taco Bell, grab lunch before we wrestled, pick up a few extra hot sauces, keep them in our pocket, and then when needed to bleed, pop open the sauce, drag it across our forehead real quick so it looked, bloody.
Like you bladed. Wait, is it red? I thought it was orange, the mild sauce.
No, it's red.
It's red. It's red. It's red.
I call false advertising because that shit's in an orange packet.
So already we've revealed that the LBWA folks decided to use Taco Bell sauce for blood, and in case they were, already not dangerous enough in the park where they could have got legitimate scratches, now we're just rubbing hot sauce in it. So let's just fuck around and find out. I mean, really, Jesus.
We used to wrestle on near baseball fields and use the little cage for the baseball.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Yeah.
Hey, get your cage match gimmick again. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Oh, a cage match.
That's okay. Well, cage match wasn't a rating system back then; it was an actual gimmick match. Neither are good now. Anyway, but hell, for a ladder,
actually accurate.
Yes. Big ups to Bruce. We love you, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
Yeah. Bruce, if you've seen old Cots episodes back in the archives, deep in the vault, deeper in the vault than the WWE vault as the Iron Stars here in Sunday tomorrow. There you go.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That's how deep that shit goes. I love that they've used. I don't know if you guys have seen on YouTube. They are advertising. They're going to run the entire 1990 Survivor Series show, and in the place of the Coliseum logo, they've got the WWE Vault logo in the same typeface. It's hysterical to look at if you're an old school fan.
Nice.
Great shit. It's just a nice little touch by the WWE folks. Good shit, pal. You know what? I kind of want to wait for Noah for my stuff, but you just reminded me about it, so he can react later. That way we can keep this trouble going. I have to sit here and just bullshit. So
that's fair. And for the people in the chat room, pay attention to the ticker. We do have a couple of things we're going to be discussing tonight, but it's more or less an open forum for y'all. Suggest your topics in the chats. If they're good, we'll start them and discuss them. If you want to make sure we discuss your topic, super chat. Simple as that.
Or PayPal.
Yes. Or PayPal. Yeah. It's all in the description. And I've been trying to plan my full-time return. I've been talking about it off and on, and I wanted to make it for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever the case may be, depending on what day they fell. And New Year's Eve is on a Monday. So I figured, okay, I'll just do the Jeff Meacham Network anniversary show at that point. The New Year's Eve special. But I'm not calling it the anniversary. I'm calling it the New Year's Eve special because I've been off for 5 months. So I've been trying to book different things and trying to get things finalized, confirmed, and everything squared away. I've now got 3 segments already set. So I wanted to make sure I get the plugs out at the top of the show in case my voice gave out, because I don't have the Rona, thankfully, for Thanksgiving, but I am got a little something. So in case I get fatigued, I wanted to get the plugs in now, and at JJ's approval, I'm going to do that now. First of all,
and makes perfect sense. I felt like I was catching a little something late last week, or technically earlier this week. So it's definitely 'tis the season. It's going around.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Just thankful it's not the Rona, because that would fuck up a lot of people, including people at the hockey game today. That would have been a lot of phone calls I had to make today, and it wouldn't have been a happy situation. So
that would have been ironic because of Aaron last year.
Right? Considering yesterday was his birthday. Again, video shout out to Aaron. That was on there yesterday. So big ups to the boss man. Now,
yes.
First, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Well, I'm going to get a lot better, especially come New Year's Eve. So first of all, I already have a musical guest booked. I'm so happy that I get to showcase the music of one of my dear friends singing her hit song that came out earlier this year, Till the Clock Strikes. Ariel Belvaler is going to be joining us on the New Year's Eve show, so I get to showcase her talents. I think she's one of the best people you haven't heard of yet around the world, but I think that's going to change soon. She's actually in New York right now at the New World Stages doing Drag the Musical and having a blast off Broadway with a lot of friends. So I'm looking forward to showcasing that song on New Year's Eve.
There you go.
Definitely I got better than anything that Ryan Seacrest presents.
That's another reason why I kind of want to do New Year's Eve, because I'm sick of having to choose between Seacrest's attempts at being Dick Clark. There's nobody that's Dick Clark on New Year's Eve.
No, absolutely, and that's kind of been a tradition for us anyway. It's more or less been your anniversary, but it's been something that all of us have done the last few years. We all get together. James puts together the highlight packages.
Yes.
Which I'd get started on that now, James. Now that you don't have to worry about your uncle's documentary.
Well,
because we're gonna need an open mic night reel, a Shenanigans reel.
Yeah.
And then I'd like if you could go through the pay-per-views and pull some shit from the pay-per-view calls.
Yes.
For a highlight reel. Shit like tonight when I was in the chat room talking about more people win matches via count out than via Blue Thunderbomb, and Noah had the nerve to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yes, indeed.
And then remind you of Chase U. That was just a low blow.
Yeah, that was mean. That was rare Noah Foster straight mean. My goodness. No. I am sick, but I kind of had a half idea if I was going to do. I'm not doing music this week. I want to make sure I rest for Thanksgiving. But if I were to do music, I was definitely going to talking about. One of the things I was going to talk about was definitely the quality in the podcasts outside of the Step Up Studios and how it's gone down, at least in my opinion, in recent weeks. So we'll do that after Thanksgiving. The second segment I'm going to plug is going to purposely trigger people because I'm a dickhead like that. Projections 2025 and what is in store over the next 12 months in wrestling on the Jeff Meacham Network here within the Simple Rival Studios. So it's Projections 2025. And yes, I typed it like that just to be that guy. Just because I wanted to trigger people and I'm just doing it like that. Now, the third thing,
before you continue, let's go ahead and bring the simple man with the spectacular voice into the studio.
Howdy.
Hello.
Yeah. So no, I don't know how much you saw the plugs. Whatever I end up doing New Year's Eve, whether it's collaborating with you guys or just my anniversary show in general, where it's going to be New Year's Eve. My buddy Ariel Belvaler is going to be singing her song "Till the Clock Strikes," and there's that, and then Projection 2025, not Project 2025. What's in the store for the next 12 months? Wrestling on this channel, all the things. The biggest thing though, I was able to book that nobody but JJ right now knows about. Because he's the producer and he had to have the image, and I can't share screen because my computer sucks. For the anniversary of my channel and everything we're doing here, there will be a congratulatory phone call from somebody that up until recently I had no chance in hell of contacting. And that will be on New Year's Eve. There will be that phone call from a voice I previously had no chance in hell of ever getting in contact with. So be ready on the 31st for the talk about World's End the 28th. 31st, the World's going to end. I'm just throwing that out there.
And just to catch Noah up, the reason Jeff is doing these shills now is because he's a little bit under the weather. So if his voice starts to go out or he gets too fatigued, he wanted to make sure he got them in before he had to dip.
Right, exactly.
All right.
So now that that is done, let's get down to business. No, we're not going to defeat any Huns. Just like Orange Cassidy couldn't defeat a Death Rider. But correct me if I am wrong, Noah. But out of all the matches that we officially predicted tonight, I had a clean sweep, did I not?
You very well might have. I have to check the form because I think you were pretty much on the ball, except for I thought you did say Hangman, but I have to double check the form because the forms, of course, are official. I would have to check the form because I don't know off the top of my head.
The forms that I have, because it always sends it to me also, shows Jay White.
Then yeah, I think you went clean. To double check that as we go into the final event, of course, of AEW calendar year, Predictions League year, World's End. So good on you if that's the case.
Jay White beat Hangman?
Yeah.
Blade Runner, just like that.
Yes. Good. Fuck Hangman Page. Carry on.
That's how I feel, but. So, Full Gear obviously just ended.
Oofa.
Oofa's right. I want to get everybody's final thoughts. Those that saw the show, those that just watched our coverage of the show, those that watched those type of streams to watch the show and follow along. And we'll go ahead and we'll start with Noah because I know he holds AEW in the highest regard out of everybody here on the panel.
Yeah. I don't know. That's true.
What
everybody.
Out of the people on the panel, yeah, I'd say that's pretty true because me and James, I feel, have completely lost the passion for AEW. And Walter and Jeff are just kind of like, meh. If it's on, it's on. If it's not, I'm not missing nothing.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, as AEW's biggest cheerleader on the show, and a man who traditionally holds Full Gear as their best show of the year, what did you think?
I thought it was fucking I thought it was a really great freaking night. It's like this show took a form of its own. I called All Out the most violent pay-per-view in AEW's calendar year. This definitely was one of the most driven, rival-filled interviews in AEW's calendar year, considering there was only one match that wasn't a singles match. I really enjoyed it. I thought Monet was pushed to her absolute best here by Chris Statler. Chris Statler looked like an absolute star. The fact that Monet was able to counter her power using a cold red roll-up to beat her versus the finisher shows how much of a challenge Statlander was. Monet was lucky to escape. Arguably, that was my match of the night. Very methodical, cerebral approach here, though, where oh my God, what's hissing? I don't know. Is it me? Are you hearing any hissing? Let us know. Is it me? It is me? Oh, I don't know how to fix that. Sorry. Just going to have to deal with it. Audio, technical difficulties. What are you going to do? I don't know how you fix that type of stuff. The echo cancellation. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll figure it out in pulse. Deal with it. That being said, it's just one of those things you're just going to have to deal with. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. MJF, very strong statement against Roderick Strong, taking out his arm, bringing it into the post process, furthering this feud with him and Adam Cole, and also furthering the tension with Cole and O'Reilly. You very wonder what's happening there. And then I thought also Bobby Lashley looked very strong in his pay-per-view debut. Great win against Swerve Strickland and Kyle Fletcher. A very dominant decimation of Will Ospreay in that end stretch. Really trying to, step out as his own. Daniel Garcia finally getting his first AEW championship. Incredible moment for him. And Jeff Perry said he wasn't ready. Well, he really was ready. And then you had the main event where we saw Orange Cassidy die a bloody mess in the middle of the ring and then got choked and stung with chloroform liquid post-process. That was downright realistic. And then the absolute war zone going on right now with Switchblade Jay White, Christian Cage, Heyman Adam Page, Jimmy for that to rhyme, against Jon Moxley and the Death Rider. I still don't think that championship, by the way, is in that freaking briefcase, to Walter and James's point. So it is what it is. But anyway, it's one of those things right now where, technology is what it is. They didn't say anything during the call. I don't know what changed. So I really don't care at this point. I should be asleep right now like last week. Y'all Yahoo's been 5 hours. I'm so glad I wasn't part of that. My mom's birthday was so much more shorter and fun. With all due respect. But overall, I really enjoyed the preview. Very curious to see what's next, how this shapes World's End, and good God, what the hell did Mariah May unleash betraying Mina Shirakawa? I cannot wait to see where that goes. Two hell-bent vixens looking to destroy each other in the name of the AEW Women's World Championship. A sisterhood no longer together. Rose gold over forever, like Chase U. Overall, I thought this was a very fun pay-per-view, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Now, compared to other years and compared to other years in AEW when it comes to the pay-per-views that I call my favorite of the year for AEW, the jury's out. I'm juggling right now with Revolution and All In. But Full Gear is definitely in the top 4 for me, considering we've done 8 AEW pay-per-views this year, and there's only one left. But I really enjoyed the show, and I love the singles rivalry focus of it as well. I wouldn't mind more of that. There are a couple of matches here that I think could have been saved for like Dynamite, Thanksgiving Eve, or World's End, but that's just a whole different booking conversation. But overall, enjoy the show. Darby Allin, Jesus Christ. Don't ever put that man behind the wheel of a vehicle.
I think my biggest beef with it, and I'm sure everybody can relate and possibly agree with this, is that TK cut back the card as far as the main card significantly, and good on him for that.
Yeah.
But every match didn't need to be 15 minutes plus. If we trimmed back some of the time on some of these matches, I think we could have still told the same stories and gotten done in 3.5 hours instead of 4, or 3 hours instead of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, the shortest match of the night, according to the timestamps on Wiki, is the match that had the most people, the tag team match.
That don't surprise me.
But it's insane to think that the match with the most people involved had the shortest runtime. That's the point I'm trying to draw. It's like we had 8 people in that match telling a cohesive story, and it was the shortest match of the night.
Interesting.
The longest match was Ospreay and Fletcher, not even the main event.
That don't surprise me.
So that's my only thing. And again, Tony did good by cutting the card back, but I would like to have seen some of the times cut back a little bit, because you're right. There's a couple of these things, and I was seeing in the no DQ chat, like, did the Mina Mariah segment really have to be a pay-per-view segment, or could that have been a Dynamite segment?
Dynamite.
Don't get me wrong. Any reason to see Mina on my television is a good thing. But did we have to waste pay-per-view time with that?
No.
Nope. We could have seen her perfectly fine in the intro here.
Mm-hmm.
And we did.
I will say, like always, I do think the match is delivered. And clearly I feel that the correct person won if I got every single match right. I'm not going to be mad at that. I think that's the first time ever for me even going back to when we would do the pick and pulls at the old Casa, I don't think I ever got a perfect score. But I'm just curious to see where this Death Rider thing goes, because I feel like they're losing momentum by stalling as far as what the bigger purpose is. I feel like they needed to do something tonight to further that story, to keep the interest. Wednesday at the latest, the Thanksgiving Eve. I mean, if the Death Riders ruin Thanksgiving to further the storyline, then I'll be okay with it. But I feel like they needed something here to further that angle so that people don't lose interest, and pretty much everybody I know has already lost interest in it. Walter, what were your thoughts on the show tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on par with Noah. Believe it or not, as much as I shit on Mercedes and as much as I hate watching her matches and her whole character in AEW, she really surprised me, and she put on what could have stole the match of the night. Her and everything they did, and she did it on her own, no less. Like,
yep,
yeah, there was no outside interference. There was no nothing. I mean, granted, she attacked the knee, but that's strategy. Like, she bit the knee. She did everything you need to do in desperation to win a match. So I gotta give her props. And then Bobby Lashley just looked freaking like a beast out there, even more than he usually does. To do that to Swerve, a former AEW champion, like, yeah, Swerve got his moments in, but pretty much Bobby Lashley came to destroy and conquer, and that he did.
He came to hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one thing I got, you said, does every match need to be 15 minutes long? Does every match need to damn beat the 10 count at 9.9999 seconds? Literally, I think Moxley was the only match that didn't do that. Like, literally every other match did it. The 9.9999 thing where they get inside the ring at the last second. Like, we don't need that in every match. Much like you said, we don't need every match to be 15 minutes. But that's my only drive. And then the ending was just, what the F was that? Like, seriously. Like, I already couldn't take Cassidy seriously, but then at some points, freaking James got scared. It was like, no, please don't tell me he's about to get the 3. That was like,
I love the fact that he
hilarious
actually got
shit.
scared, because that just added so much to it. That was hilarious.
And I gotta admit, there was a couple matches where the false finishes got me. Like the Ospreay thing, like a couple of they actually used that pretty well. Like, we know everybody kicks out of everything. It's a running AEW joke, haha. But
yeah,
like, some of them really freaking got me. I was like, holy shit, they're gonna pull it off, and then whatever. And then, like, when Christian came out, I kind of knew he was taking too damn long. I was like, something's gonna happen, because he's milking the hell out of it. Like, he's milking it more than a dairy farmer here. He's taking way too damn long. So I knew something was happening. And the fact that what the hell? Why can't I think of his name right now? Switchblade came out and still was, nursing his ankle. And so did Adam, for that matter. They were still selling their leg injuries. At least they didn't forget that. Like, 2 hours later, we don't need to sell this shit anymore. At least they actually kept that going. So overall, it's a hell of a pay-per-view. We still got a couple more or one more left. So I can't really say pay-per-view of the year until I kind of refresh my memory, go over our watch-alongs to kind of think of it, because I don't like to say that right after pay-per-view, because you suffer from that recency bias. So yeah, you really got to review it. Plus, I can barely remember yesterday. You want me to go all the way back to January? Shit, I smoked too much weed for that shit.
At least you admit it.
Yeah. Some people can't admit their faults.
But yeah,
I think one of the highlights for me was James pointing out that the Beast Mordos' name is Frank.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's legitimate. That's canon.
And he wouldn't stop saying it.
That's canon. His name is Frank.
Which inspired me to take the Jeff Meacham approach.
Just call me Frank. Just call me Frank. Luis Mordos, his government name is Frank.
I do got to shout out.
I gotta tell my dad that now, so that's good.
I do got to shout out the 0 Hour. For as goofy as that main event, the 0 Hour was first, I was here for it. Like, it was hilarious to me. And the fact that the kids get to shine, it's all about the kids. They have a memory that'll last a freaking lifetime now. They'll tell their grandkids the story, like, and show them video proof, you know? Like, so, like, you got to love it for that. Sometimes goofiness is what
that
you
was
need.
the match I was looking forward to the most because of how they built this show or lack thereof.
I'm telling you though, at World's End we need the Rizzler versus the Diddler. It needs to happen.
That was so bad.
Oh my god! I know it went off screen.
I'm not surprised.
The churcher.
Oh, and there went Jeff.
Nope.
Jeff
The thing that pissed me off.
No, I come back.
The thing that pissed me off about the 0 Hour was the last minute addition of Deonna Purrazzo. Not that I was mad to see her get a match, but like, dude, this chick came to your company and you have treated her like yesterday's discarded donuts.
Do what? I know.
Like, seriously, what are you doing with the Virtuosa?
She's got to be regretting not re-signing to TNA.
Or coming to the E.
Yeah.
Noah, is it just me or are they mistreating the Virtuosa?
He put him off the bed.
Dude, Noah, please come back, please. No, please. Well, there's the fatigue now.
No, I think he's probably trying to fix his mic.
No, Reed is underneath. Well, there's the fatigue. Come back, guys. Come back.
I do. I know he's the big Virtuoso, but I was happy to see her come and debut. And don't take that out of context, James, because I know the way I said it and I know the way it sounded. But
I'll get you next time, Walter. Next time.
But yeah, it's seriously like mistreating her. And we do need the Rizzler versus the Diddler, sponsored by Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, stop it.
Why are you trying to drive them back off?
Just got Jeff back on. We're still waiting on
Oh
you.
man.
How dare you?
But I don't know what they're doing with Deonna. Like the fact that you relegated her to pre-shows is, I don't
it's
know.
a pre-show with no hype. Like, at least announce on Rampage or this week's Dynamite that this is going to happen, because it's built on some throwaway show that I've missed the last month. But like, to turn on the YouTube feed and see a graphic pop, it's like, oh, okay, and then you go right into the match. Like, I don't even get a minute to process it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here, thank you for joining the 0 Hour. We've got Deonna Purrazzo. We've got this 4-way match for whatever the fuck reason. And here we go. Here comes the Virtuosa. Huh?
Yeah, former TNA World Champion, and they got her on the freaking pre-show with no hype, man. It's fucking disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Jeff, your thoughts on the handling of the Virtuosa?
Will he come back? Oh, there he is. Hi.
Take full screen off. She's crazy. I think it's bullshit the way they handled it. And dude, so I probably should have gone last just because I didn't actually see the show. I just saw the coverage here. I think they handled Deonna's booking wrong. Like, to not even announce her. Was it her and Taya, right? No, her and
Anna Jay.
Anna Jay, who's gone for the world title last week, but we'll put her on the pre-show too because fuck it, right? The hell.
Yeah.
It's another example of quality matches backed by what the hell booking. I will say, though, that I disagree with JJ only in the saying that they're stalling. I think World's End is the exact perfect point to have the big reveal because it's the end of the world. It's the end of this AEW as we know it. He planted that seed talking to Shivani, and trees take a long time to grow out of the seed. We all know that if we had any sort of course in school about that. So having to wait a few months, as long as the payoff is worth it. Because I will tell you, if the payoff is not worth it, I've got the New Year's Eve show 3 days later, and I will go off on the microphone. 4 days.
That's my thing, though, is like I didn't expect a full-on reveal tonight, but I expected something more.
Mm-hmm.
Something to further it, something to keep me interested so that every week I'm not seeing the same thing in their segments.
Right. That makes sense.
You know, I mean, even if it had just been, okay, they had this briefcase out there. The briefcase comes open, and inside of it is like a certified letter.
Yeah.
And after the match, Marina Shafir, just to give her something to do, walks over to the announce table and hands it to Shivani.
Right.
Now we furthered the angle.
Okay.
We know that a certified document, something important has been delivered to the head announcer, fuck Excalibur. The most respected announcer on the team. And we know that something will be, it'll probably be open and revealed come to Thanksgiving Dynamite.
Very likely.
Gives a hook for us to make sure we want to tune in. Something happened. Instead of the Death Riders coming out and jumping jabronis that, oh, we're going to pull you from catering tonight, give you something to do.
Hey, JD Drake, you want to work on TV again?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Like JD Drake. We took over the Superstation and beat the shit out of JD Drake.
We seized the Superstation with JD. What the fuck are we doing?
Drake. Mr.
Oh my God.
himself. TBS
That's
himself.
it.
JD Drake.
Oh, so a couple things. It's so bad. It's so sad that Noah's off screen because every time you said something, I was waiting for him to go say something, but he didn't do it. I was sad.
I know. We need our Noah
perfect.
back.
It was perfect. Second thing,
he's got his headphones on, listening to all this, so that when he does make his dramatic reemergence,
it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, it'll be cinematic.
I did just tag him.
Walter, as long as we have this background, needs to be in the center seat because when he sits forward, it looks like the little freaking thing that hangs from is hanging over his head. It's hysterical every time he moves. It's fucking hilarious. It's popping me for reasons that it shouldn't. I forgot what the third thing I was going to say was because I went off on the Walter hanging sign. Now I feel stupid. Come back to me. I'll think of it. Oh, the top row will get a kick out of this. So the TNT Twitch page still says it'll probably say Daniel Garcia is the champion now after tonight. The TBS Twitch does not mention Mercedes Moné. I think that's hysterical. They don't even bother to acknowledge her. Their bio quote is welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're going to love it, which is very much what AEW is right now, but it's a Friends quote. So, and they're celebrating whatever 30 years of Friends. But the fact that the TNT page acknowledges their champion, but TBS doesn't, I think is just a little bit of a haha. Sucks to be you, bitch. I found that funny when I saw it today. I noticed it today. I was like,
that is pretty funny.
All right, James, go ahead and bring us home on Full Gear thoughts.
I am finally calmed down from the whiplash that I suffered throughout the show.
Jesus Christ.
There was a lot that happened towards the end. There was,
and I know you got to enjoy doing your nope gimmick because Jack Perry, you weren't the lead announcer for a change,
right?
Yes, and
he lost, which is brilliant.
Yes, thank you. About damn time. Yes. It was long enough.
Live It sucks when he loses the title. Life, that bitch went down.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm happy that he lost. A lot of people are like, oh no, Stone Cold, Daniel Garcia. So I'm like, whatever. Anything was better than Jack Off Perry. So
yes,
it was an improvement. I'm happy about that. I think the best match of the night, honest to God, was probably Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, because those two just fucking killed each other and actually did a write-off angle, which made sense for once.
Yeah, no.
It was very good. Although I don't know if we need more of their biggest stars, with a write-off angle and not being on the show.
I think that's part of the Death Riders thing, long term. Orange is gone, in theory. I mean, he got chloroformed with blood, so there is that. Will's written off again. Darby's in and out. Max is just another guy. He's not even the big star anymore. That just chaps my ass to no end.
Dude, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by it.
It bugs, and everybody else is either involved or has been involved with the Death Riders thing. So I think the systematic picking off of the big stars is done by design. I'm not trying to give Tony Khan credit, but I'm hopeful that's why. So.
Well, what? Are we going to just have this big-ass collab with the Hurt Syndicate, the Don Callis family, and the Death Riders? Like, what are we doing if that's not the end goal here? Because it doesn't make sense to me right now why there's so many write-off angles at once.
Well, nothing makes sense. That's the whole...
That way, when they begin to make their glorious return to fight them off, everyone's like, oh, shit, I forgot about them.
Exactly.
I won't, because if it's the Young Bucks, as I said, I made my statement. I pleaded my case.
No, but and like I said, when they rip themselves off, I will cheer for them if it means they're going against Mox and the payoff works. If it's just gonna throw away AEW bullshit, then I'm gonna vomit my mouth a little bit and I'm gonna turn the TV off once and for all on AEW.
As long as they are just cogs in the machine, I'll be okay with it. If they are the soldiers that are leading the charge, I'll have a problem with it. Because just a couple months prior, you tried to take over the company yourselves.
Right.
You failed.
And you guys drove the freaking owner into the freaking mat with a TK driver. So, yeah, it's... I said it and I meant it, that if they revealed that Tony was I hate using the word higher power, but it just fits right now. Then I would definitely be done with AEW. But if the Bucks are leading the charge rather than falling in line, that's problematic for me.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the Avengers, the Young Bucks are fucking Hawkeye and Black Widow. They ain't got no
easily.
Yeah,
no,
they're not the stars of the team.
Nope.
No. And I really don't want to see Matt or Nick in one of those Black Widow jumpsuits.
No, I don't either.
If you've got Omega, if you've got MJF, if you've got, fucking Orange Cassidy, if you've got Sammy Guevara, if you've got Darby, that way you've got the pillars as the forefront fighting this off. Omega, Page, the Bucks, then I can maybe get with the thing.
Yeah, Ospreay too.
Yeah. And Kenny's promoting
Joe
Wrestle Dynasty rather than anything in December. So,
well, yeah, that you can go to James's 3.5 hour video to watch about part 2 of the All Elite Children. Kenny Omega talking about AEW doesn't need me.
Yes.
Let me see here. I smell
a bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
I agree. Going more in depth on how that is a bullshit, because I he even believes in his own shit right now. I think he was just being political.
I love how a little kid says it like I spell it. It pops me. It just does.
Like the moment I read that quote, I said,
"What the fuck?"
Right. Yeah. Okay. All the clips are coming out tonight. Okay, here we go.
Hey, you know what? I had to work my daughter in somehow.
That's right. And she'd probably agree, honestly, because it is what the fuck. AEW this whole year of booking is what the fuck. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well,
AJ is
okay.
the only one that gets to involve their kids.
That's right.
Damn.
So
Damn.
really quickly, I'm a try again, Noah. Do you have anything to add to or respond to any of our critiques or criticisms about the show, especially when it comes to your virtuosa? Long may she fucking reign.
Did he legit fall asleep?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I swear he's trolling us and he's loving every minute of it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bong bong. No, God! Oh my God! With that, geez.
The extended version.
That's it.
Remix.
Oh, no.
Where the hell are you, Noah? Come back. We need you.
It's a remix. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway,
Why
are we waking him from his 10-minute nap?
Yeah, in the chat, in the fucking group chat.
That's how you know he's here. He's around.
There he is.
Come
He's the
on,
best
Noah.
around.
This is grade A trolling.
Noah.
Serious. He's getting us ready for next week because when it comes to the karaoke show, he's gonna be like full on Ebenezer Grinch mode with his Switch
Don't
handy.
chase him off. We're trying to get him back, JJ.
So he's having his fun with us now. While
That's
he's
fair.
gone.
That's actually fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Noah, we know you're there, probably laughing your ass off, sipping on your Mountain Dew, whether it's Code Red, Baja Blast, Pitch Black, regular diet. We know you're sitting there with doing the do, laughing at us, trying to reel you back. Hey, don't correct me. That's the goddamn slogan, James.
I know.
Doing the do.
Double entendre.
Come back, Noah.
Noah, come back. We need you on the show tonight. Noah, come back.
You
forget, you're on the West Coast. You forget, you're on the West Coast. We got all night. We don't give a fuck. We keep doing this shit.
I got an idea. Because we usually solicit a reaction from him with this.
No. Don't.
I am going to run our updated trailer.
Oh.
And show all the wrestling that he's going to be losing his voice for. And hopefully he will return to the screen in order to give his reactions as he usually does.
From the screen to the ring to the pen.
And now for a taste of things to come.
He's coming. He's coming. Just check the chat. He's taking his time to come back. I think he actually legit fell asleep. I ain't gonna hold you. You're taking a nap. Poor Noah.
All the wrestling, and mixed martial arts, and all the other things, and shenanigans.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. Like
Pretty much.
we're expanding so much, dude. Like I legit was considering doing a watch along of the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade this year.
That's gonna be a hell of a call. Yeah. Oh, the turkey hit the steel chair across the back.
Hey, you know what?
Cooper.
The Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade, aside from being a yearly tradition, is the official opening of Christmas.
Okay.
Because Santa Claus is the very end of the parade.
That is fair.
So it's like, what better way to rein in the holiday season than the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade?
Yes.
Now, there's certain parts of the country you can go to, like a certain establishment in Anaheim, California, where Santa Claus is already there meeting and greeting people.
Yes.
But traditionally, jolly old St. Nicholas, Sinterklaas, Kris Kringle makes his debut come Thanksgiving Day.
Agent Red.
I even was talking to my daughter about watching some Christmas movies on Thanksgiving, and she was like, "Bro, it's Thanksgiving." I was like, "Dude,
Yeah,
and Jeff,
dude.
you'll have my back here on this."
Hell yeah.
The Santa Claus starts at Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yep.
Miracle on 34th Street starts at Thanksgiving.
Yep. With the Macy's Parade, no less.
I'm just saying, like two of the most iconic Christmas movies to feature the fat man in the red suit. And they start on Thanksgiving and they go through Christmas Day.
Matter of fact, I'm starting my Christmas movie binge the day after Survivor Series with the 1994 version of Miracle on 34th Street. And I'm ending it on the 23rd with the good version.
I've already started watching Christmas movies.
I like how you throw that jab in with the good version.
I personally enjoy the 1994 version, but
I was going to say there's nothing wrong with the Richard Attenborough version, but he ain't Edmund Gwynn.
Nope.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those. Like, there's 532 versions of A Christmas Carol out there.
I watch them all during the season. So,
and unless you're a child, so you're going to be focused on Mickey's Christmas Carol, Muppets Christmas Carol, Flintstones Christmas Carol, etc., etc. You ain't going to touch the 1938 Reginald Owen version. It is the superior version. Don't at me about Alistair Sim. Don't at me about George C. Scott. Don't at me about Jim Carrey or Patrick Stewart or any of the hundreds of others that have played Ebenezer. Reginald Owen is the king.
Okay, so now we need to book this match for our Christmas karaoke show. I'm going to make this happen, Jay.
Okay.
You need to get yourself in physical shape, okay? Because you and Mick Foley are going to have a death match. Because he will swear to Alistair Sim's version to the death.
And
so I will
absolutely job to Mick Foley.
Yes.
Well, so
but
will
outside of the battle royal, outside of the 20 by 20, I will have a spirited conversation with him and plead my case. Because after all, Reginald Owen would go on to star in a movie with the Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. I'm also aware that my biggest fault with the 1994 Miracle on 34th Street is, at the end of the day, the villain is Hans from Mighty Ducks, and I can't fuck with that. That's just not okay with me. I can't make it like, and I didn't realize it until recently. I'm like, holy shit, that's Hans. Like, wait a fucking minute.
Hey,
watch me wrestling or Christmas movie bullshit. Did you wake me up for something worthwhile?
Okay,
I still have to go back to bed.
We were stalling until you got back on screen, good sir.
We just kept going. So
Hey, it's the same way that y'all were talking video games until I got here that one day, okay?
Yeah.
We were stalling
One day.
until you returned. And don't
Yeah, just
act
for
like
that.
when once you were a wee lad, you didn't watch A Christmas Carol or It's a Wonderful Life or Jingle All the Way and wrote Santa Claus for a Turbo Man action figure. Something.
Those days are dead. Get back to the wrestling or I'm going back to bed. You got 5 minutes.
Okay, well, we were coming back to you as far as the Full Gear topic because we wanted to know if you had any kind of rebuttal to anything we said or your thoughts on how they booked Deonna Purrazzo at the last minute. And then we will move on to the next topic.
It's one of those things where I'm not exactly sure what that was about. I know that they were picking up something from 2 weeks ago based on what I saw on Rampage, but I'm not sure if it's going to a tag field. We're waiting for Tamel to return, get Tamel and AJ versus Taya Valkyrie and Deonna Purrazzo if the family's going to expand. But it was a very unique last-minute situation. But kudos to Anna Jay bouncing back from her trilogy from the glamour. Mariah May. And again, caught in her own devices as submission assist sometimes. Hyperextending on the Fujiwara armbar, using the shoulders and momentum to her advantage, and pinning the Virtuosa for a 3 count. This thing's far from over with the Vendetta as far as I'm concerned, but it is a unique booking choice. But it's a sub story in the women's division, so I'll take it. At least giving more women something to do. But it's also one of those things where it's like, hey, they were booked for something, so there you go. At the end of the day, I'm not a booker. At the end of the day, a worker just wants some sort of actual role. So as long as they have a role, I don't see a reason to complain. Do I want more for them? Absolutely. But right now, the glamour is going to be doing with her own hell-bent nightmare she created in a broken-hearted Mina Shirakawa. And then we'll deal with where the vendetta goes from here. Whether or not Tamela joins her, someone else comes in the fray. Hikaru Shida loses confidence, goes here. We get Shida versus Statlander. Camille finally breaks her silence more than one word and drop Monet on her head with a 3-point stance spear. There's stuff developing in this women's division. It's just a matter what develops first. And what I do know is going to develop for sure is the 4-way for the Ring of Honor spot at Wrestle Dynasty between Billy Starks, Legit Later Hirsch, Red Velvet, and Athena. And hopefully that leads to Billy Starks versus Athena at Final Battle. But time will tell. But as far as your question about the Virtuosa, long may she fucking reign. As long as I see her on my screen, I'm not going to complain. There definitely should be more done with her, but based on where AEW stands for the women's division, you kind of got to figure out a place. So her and Anna Jay as a narrative, I'll take it.
And looks like I got 2 of those 4 Ring of Honor women correct instead of just 1. If I had remembered or even known that Red Velvet was the television champion, I probably would have thrown her in there too, which would have given me 3. I would have taken out Mercedes Martinez.
Ah, got you.
Yeah.
You forgot you had the title. That makes sense.
I don't really watch Ring of Honor, and their pay-per-views are so sporadic that it's like that's the only time I really keep up with anything. So
there's like 3 pay-per-views a year in Ring of Honor, and of course they're going back to the spiritual home of Ring of Honor, the Hammerstein Ballroom for Final Battle, and I'm expecting a Final Battle for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, if nothing else.
Dude, they've got to book it where Billy and Athena cross each other in the qualifying match, and that leads to that leads to Final Battle. That shit books itself.
I would do the Fatal 4-way at Final Battle. Personally, I would do that. That way you can stream the title matches for TV, making the TV more must-see.
But Final Battle makes sense because it'll be 1 year to the day that Billy Starks first faced Athena for the title and long-term storytelling.
I know.
That would be Billy Starks' crowning moment. And for anyone that's watched Ring of Honor as long as, well, probably we have in his glory days, you know Final Battle is the culmination of those long-term World Championship achievements for countless individuals.
No, I totally get that, and under normal circumstances, that would make perfect sense. But with this Wrestle Dynasty match having been announced, like, if I had the book, I'd make at World's End be the qualifier for the AEW person, and Final Battle be the qualifier for the Ring of Honor person. because you know people are going to tune into those pay-per-views in order to watch them. Then that generates hype for Wrestle Dynasty to try to get people to buy in for that because they've seen the matches where two of the people have tuned in. We know by looking at the numbers across all metrics that the television product ain't the way to do it. Look at the attendance tonight. They looked like they had a sold out venue, unlike any other time in the month. You want the eyes to be on that to generate the hype for the first ever Wrestle Dynasty. And I don't know what big shows are coming up for CMLL or Stardom, aside from the Stardom show that's what, the second or the third that we're doing?
It's the third, but it wouldn't surprise me to do the 4-way at Dream Kingdom, which concludes before the end of the year. And the only match official right now is Saya Kamatani versus Ten Nakano for the World of Stardom Championship. CMLL already announced their 4-way. I think for their I'm horrible with names. I can't figure the name of the show, but they announced their 4-way, including with the former Zusius, that Roba Stephanie Valkyrie, who I think is the CMLL Women's World champion, along with a couple of others that I think were in that CMLL Women's World Cup that Willow Nightingale and Red Velvet were in. So it's just a matter if it's Stardom announces it for Dream Kingdom or, to your point, the show Stardom Gateway. I don't know if it actually has a name, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, that
I don't think it does. Yeah,
January
not
3rd.
yet.
But the point is I would do those matches at pay-per-views because you're going to get more eyes on the pay-per-view product.
I get that. I get that.
Is Ring of Honor included in the Wrestle Dynasty graphic?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a fatal 4-way: AEW, Ring of Honor, CMLL, and Stardom.
Oh, so okay, so each of the 4 qualifiers are going to fight at Wrestle Dynasty.
Right,
Correct.
but it's going to be a fatal 4-way within the company to see who's going to represent
Who goes
the
into
company in
the
Wrestle
yes.
Dynasty.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I say
2 of 4
World's End, Final Battle, whatever CMLL's got, whatever Stardom's got, as far as pay-per-views to push Wrestle Dynasty.
The reason I was asking is because if Ring of Honor in any capacity, and it is including Wrestle Dynasty, then yeah, do Athena and Billy then. Do Athena and Billy Wrestle Dynasty. That way it's not in Ring of Honor pay-per-view necessarily, but you've got Ring of Honor presence more than just that one match.
I mean, yeah, I could see that. I mean, the Ring of Honor Championship has been defended at Wrestle Kingdom in the past. Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, for example.
There you go.
So I can see where you all are going. I can see where you all are going. I mean, Wrestle Dynasty right now having 4 matches. It feels like with only 2 actually official, 1 still pending on whether or not it's going to hold a world title. I can see where you're going.
Just think about this thing, though. You'll call Wrestle Dynasty.
My question is will this end up making Wrestle Dynasty more important than Forbidden Door?
That
question.
I don't know, but there is more representation there overall.
That's what I'm thinking is we're getting 4 companies in that one match. Plus you figure it's going to have New Japan represented as well.
Well, it's the fallout of Wrestle. It's the follow-up of Wrestle Kingdom before they go to New Year's Dash. That's the fall of the entire Wrestle Kingdom event that defines the start of New Japan Pro Wrestling 2025, because New Year's Dash is January 6th. So I see what you're trying to do here. But again, only time will tell. The only thing we know right now as far as AEW goes is we've got Selection Sunday coming up where we're going to learn our feel for the Continental Classic. Other than that, we know nothing.
Well, what we do know one other thing, though, as far as the Sim Rival Studio schedule of watch-alongs. As of now, January 7th, no will sleep.
Yeah.
Before that, not so much.
We'll see if we end up booking him for something else, you know.
Well, we've got everything that first week leading up to Raw and Netflix. And then January 7th, there's nothing special, wink, wink, booked for NXT, but you know.
Don't put it past Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, I'm
Those
sure.
couple of degenerates.
That's
another freaking CW-driven NXT censored bullshit dumbass channel nonsense.
The reunion of Chase
seriously,
U. Back.
If I'm WWE and I'm making this huge thing for the Netflix premiere Raw at the Intuit Dome, I'm seeing maybe about doing NXT at the Forum. or the Staples Center.
Good for seeing one of those because now I have to go.
You know, it's
I
like
can't afford the raw tickets.
you're already going to be doing a huge event in the area. Like, capitalize.
We'll see.
I'm checking the King's schedule. They
That's
have a
why-
game on the 8th at Staples, not the 7th.
Aha.
Well, hang on. Lakers. Let me check the friggin' Lakers, bastards.
Yeah, nobody
Lying
cares
nuts
about
that they
the
are.
Lakers.
Well, no, but if they're booked, they're already booked. They can't have a wrestling event the same day because it's on a freaking Tuesday. They're not going to do a doubleheader on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I guess like time will tell, but I get where JD's book is coming from. But again, I think they're still going to just do the freaking qualifier on like a Ring of Honor television go home, maybe to the Final Battle, and then you build into Final. Because I think Final Battle, it would be interesting to have a story long thing where the four-way starts off the night. Bina gets pissed, Billy confronts her, then she challenges her. You don't win, you never face me again. Put that in the main event. I just don't think they're going to do that for ROH, but I like your idea, JJ. Your idea has a lot of merit. As far as the AEW side, I don't even know how they're going to pick the four for that. And honestly, besides Chris Statlander, I'm not sure who to put in the other three spots at this point. Julia Hart's going to confront Jamie Hayter, it sounds like. The Nightingale just came back, and it sounds like her and Shafir might have a program. Trying to think.
Well, you figure Ring of Honor has got the world and TV champions in there, so why wouldn't you have Mercedes and... Yeah, thank you.
Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Just saying.
It is, because Mercedes has been on the pay-per-views and not the fucking world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mariah May actually was on the last one. She was on Wrestle Dream. They've been alternating, it seems, between the TV and the world titles. So I'll actually give them some sort of leniency on that. But again, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just ready for Thanksgiving Eve to see Ishii cut Jericho's chest open.
Jesus.
Well,
I like violence.
You look like you're frozen, Jeff, and I heard a sadistic laugh from you that's going to tell me that the Lakers aren't playing either.
The Lakers are in Dallas on that day.
So the Crypto.com arena is completely free.
Completely free. I'm checking the form now to make sure. Well, I mean, the form doesn't really matter. I guess it's AEW's already booking the AEW's booking the crypto arena anyway. Yeah, the arena's completely free.
Yeah,
you
don't
know
even
what?
call it that.
I go there more than any of y'all. Shut up! I'll do it. I have to say what I want to.
Whatever.
Yeah, CDC arena, fine. CDC arena, I can concede that. But yeah, the Lakers are on the road, and the Kings don't play till the next night. So maybe January 8th. No Dynamite. January 9th. January 9th. No one can sleep before Impact. There you go. We love you, Noah.
I mean, I nap. I mean, I've napped like 5 different times a day with how long these days are anymore with the shorter, the longer nights. So, I mean, I get some sort of rest.
Am I the only one that hates this time of year for the lack of daylight? It's just me.
No.
I hate it.
Okay.
That's what causes those winter depressions that they talk about.
Well, yeah, that's why you need to find something that entertains you, whether it's a video game or in my case, catching up on Star New Japan's year as I have been as usual. So I mean, honestly, I love the longer nights because like I know I'm getting more sleep than ever. Now I just got to add to my game library, and there's a full list of games that I need to get right now. But again, I'm cheap, so I mean, again,
Better do it now while Black Friday sales are going on PS5.
The problem is a lot of the games I want, they're literally brand new, so they're not going to go down anytime soon.
No,
especially Nintendo, they're selling ass.
Yeah, video games are brand new right now. The brand new greatest Bloodline shirt ever is brand new, so I can't use a discount code on it. Stupid WWE shop.
Oh, the CM Punk belt is brand new, which is $700 freaking dollars.
Dude, the fact that they built the Punk belt into the Cena spinner framework is just next level trolling. I love it. It's brilliant.
People will buy anything, even if they don't have the
I
money
know.
to buy anything.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't buy that, but yeah, the new one says certified boost. It's a Sami Zayn shirt, but doesn't say Sammy's name on it. I'm like, oh, I can totally use my Rikishi claim and wear the shit out of that shirt.
What's sad is I talk shit, but if I had the money, I would. Shit.
Oh, I know you would.
I still wouldn't. I got better things to do with $700 than buy some commodity like that.
No.
If I'm buying a title belt that expensive right now, the only belt I'm buying is the NXT or the North American title.
IWGP Heavyweight Championship for me.
That doesn't
Current
surprise me for you, but knowing
V4.
how much NXT
V4.
is my brand, like I need an NXT championship.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll see what happens with the 4-way and the Wrestle Dynasty. But right now, I can't wait to get to the first week of the new year because of all the premier Japanese professional wrestling. So let's keep going.
I am going to pee while you introduce the next topic because I have to pee. It's bad.
Okay, well, thank you for
This is
sharing.
such thing as a private message, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a little thing off to the side here that says private chat. BRB, got to go pee.
That's fair. TISM activated, folks. I'll be back.
You try that one more time, and I will go back to sleep, and I won't wake up. You've been warned, young man.
All right.
James has to tinkle, so he'll be right back. But for the rest of us,
So the next topic is one that I've dreaded bringing up, but Emmanuel already mentioned it in the chat, and I know that it is something that has to be discussed. Tuesday was a very sad day for me.
you kept that.
I actually just went back in the chat and saved it so I could use it for this segment.
Okay.
But yes, we saw the demise of the most prestigious wrestling university, Chase U, on Tuesday night. With a tear in my eye. Noah, I'm gonna let you start the conversation on this one again because I know how much you were a fan of Chase University. Yes, that was said in sarcasm, y'all. All the bullshit aside, all the friendly banter aside, what are your thoughts as far as the demise of Chase U, and do you see greener pastures for its students as a result of the university shutting its doors, or do you see a life of floundering?
And nothing in wrestling lasts forever. No act, no team, no corporation, nothing. I do see potential in Thea Hill because she already has shown that she definitely has what it takes to try and win the NXT Women's Championship, and I feel that she's overdue for another opportunity. As far as the rest, Riley Osborne, great prospect from the UK. I think he's got great potential for the North American division. He and Javon Emmons could definitely have a unique match that would probably even invest me. As far as Duke Hudson, Sean Spears maybe could use another student. And as far as Andre Chase, who knows? He tried to lead by example. He tried to educate. Maybe he could find some sort of editorial role. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a matter of reinvention, repackaging, recreating. If he couldn't lead a university, maybe he can try and fund an academy. Only time will tell. But I think, for as long as that act was able to be part of its own defined way in this era of NXT, from Rainbow Bright shit to white and gold to more suitable for my liking, silver and gray, I think there's definitely a future for everybody that was involved in that act, but only time will tell. But all things must come to an end at some point. It is what it is.
Jeff?
There's a reason I went to the closet to get a red shirt with the black hat because I wanted to make sure I repped a little bit. I don't have an actual shirt, so I wanted to get a little bit of rep. And You're never going to see me. You're not going to see me red and black all that often, being the hard high school colors. So I'm getting the highs already. However,
Not even NWO Wolfpack.
So I've come to really look back on the Wolfpack, much like Matt Striker does in Revolution DVD. Like, okay, if your sister wants to join the NWO, okay, yeah, you can join the Wolfpack. Like, whatever. It is what it is. It's seeing old white guys trying to be gangster rappers and Conan being if Conan's the lone bastion of cool, we have a situation. We're still that shit out there. You know, we got Sting Alex and Kevin Nash trying to be cool gangster rappers. Let's just and then you throw Hogan in there after January 4th. It's like,
to be fair, Savage was supposed to be the leader of that group, but it didn't really. It didn't happen that way.
Okay, so then put Savage in the backwards bandana and try to be a gangster rapper. Have that for a second. Oh wait, we did that in 2003, and it sold like gangbusters, didn't it? Anyway.
Well, this is before that. This is before that.
Okay. Okay, so this is one of the points where he hated Hogan, but he didn't. Got it. Okay.
Well, in this case, he didn't. He did hate Hogan this time.
He did hate Hogan.
He formed the Wolfpack. That's how the Wolfpack became a thing.
Okay, so he was fickle. Anyway, Jeff, continue your point.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
He was so fickle he couldn't decide what to wear on Nitro from week to
So
week.
he was a fucking fan, in other words.
He's right. He's a fucking fan. He's a mark. I'm sorry, Randy. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I love Randy Savage so much. I had said from the beginning that the gimmick was never going to get up to the main roster. It just wasn't main roster material.
No.
But
I
do think, yeah, and I do think it worked very well. I became a fan, much to my chagrin. I became a fan, and I enjoyed the gimmick. I definitely see potential in Thea. I have from the beginning. Riley's got that youth, and he's got everything in the world in front of him except his own damn self tripping himself up, which I don't think will happen with Riley. I love Noah's suggestion of putting Duke with Spears. Other than Thea and possibly Duke in a supporting roles for a heel on the main roster, I still don't think anything on main roster ready yet. Even now, other than Thea and possibly Duke. Riley's like right there, but not completely. Mr. Chase, again, it's Noah's suggestion of having it be an academy is interesting to me. Maybe put him with American Made or Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy would be a better fit because they're still very comedic, very haha, so they would work. But I don't see how it would work. It feels like cool to me. But I definitely say repackage them, find a way to keep them in the company because they're all very talented.
Yes.
As far as Ridge, God, him and Trick at Deadline is going to be awesome. I'm here for it. Every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be the beginning, the true beginning of him getting turned around because he has been struggling since he got hurt. So I'm hopeful for him because I always liked him. I do like Pete Dunne. I've grown to like Sheamus, but Ridge is that young guy that, again, like Riley, has potential. They just have to squeeze that coal into that diamond. And a solid run here, maybe even a long program with Trick, is maybe what he needs before he gets that final push back up where he belongs on the main roster. So this doesn't have to be a bad thing for anybody involved, for the fans, for the extras that wore the Chase U shirts in the crowd. It's a shitty day. It's a shitty week.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be the end of everything for the people actually on the roster that wore those red and black attires for however long it's been. I have hope for the future, but it's always sad when something fun ends, and this is no exception.
Yeah.
James?
R.I.P. Chase U. That's it.
Wow, okay. Walter,
James was actually quiet.
I don't
Because he
really know.
doesn't really watch NXT.
Yeah, really. Everybody knows I choose my weekly wrestling selectively if I watch it weekly at all, so it's not really a surprise, I'm sure.
And that comes back to Walter then, my fraternity brother, if you will, in Chase University.
It's so sad, man. Damn it.
I feel like Andre Chase's post on Twitter almost alluded to the fact that he was about to move up to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious how he would fit in over there because I like Andre Chase, but I don't even see him as an Intercontinental or U.S. champion. I don't see where he would fit.
He's lucky they got rid of the 24-hour title because that's where they would have thrown him at.
Well,
right?
no, you know what though?
I can't even see him with the speed title.
I was just gonna say, like, he doesn't fit in with that the quality, forgive me, wrestling people, but the Meltzer style match people that wrestle on speed, right? Like, he doesn't even fit that. It's weird. Like, he's got no category in it.
No. Like, he was destined to be a tag team champion at best, and he got two runs, one with Duke, one with Ridge. Unless we found somebody on the main roster to pair him with, and I'm not sure who you pair him with, then I don't see him achieving anything up there. I could see everybody else in Chase U winning something, though. Thea easily could be Women's United States champion, eventually Women's champion. Riley could be Speed champion. Duke I could see as a solid IC or US champion. But Andre Chase, not so much.
That is the inherent problem with gimmicks like that, where you get so over as a comedy bit, and then the act is done. It's like, oh, what do we do now? What do we do with this guy?
It's
very much the same thing. Yeah, I was gonna say, Truth is a good example of that.
I love Truth, and he does not cease to entertain me. That's why we consider him a national treasure. Got to keep him away from freaking Nicolas Cage at all costs.
Protect him, yes.
But ever since he started the little Jimmy shtick, he shoehorned himself.
Right.
There's nothing he could do at this point that would make me take him serious. Like, it would legit take like an Amnesia angle, which is stupid to say, but that's about the only way you get around it, is you have him take such a knock to the noggin that he forgets who he is.
Literally, the Men in Black are going to be on screen with the neuralizer to us, so we forget everything they've ever done.
There you go. There you go.
But like, you have him take a knock of the head that knocks him so loopy that he forgets the comedy shtick. They did something like this in PWG with Human Tornado.
Oh my God!
Tornado was in a match. Human Tornado was in a match, and he took a bump and went to the back, and he emerged as the character he played in Nacho Libre, El Snowflake. And he wrestled the rest of the match as El Snowflake. And then the following show, they did the reverse angle. He started the match as El Snowflake, took a bump, came back to the back, reemerged as Human Tornado, finished the match as Human Tornado. And like, that was the whole shtick, because Nacho Libre had just came out, and since he played the character, they wanted to try to like hype the fact that he was in it in the show.
He became fucking King Tut on Batman, dude.
as stupid as it sounds, that's like the only way truth can be serious again.
But on the flip side,
but back to the Chase U part of things. I know that it's a happy day for Noah. I know it's a happy day for Arlene and Emmanuel in the chat room, despite the fact that they're saying how sorry they are that they had to disband to me. I know that there's some people out there that find joy and humor in the breakup. But I really don't know where these people go from here. That's the problem.
That was my biggest problem too. It wasn't that I'm enrolled in the university and I'm sad. I'm sad for the wrestlers because I really don't know. They're like stuck in this weird purge now. Like
yeah,
it's weird.
when you book people like this into this purgatory where you don't know where you're going to go with it, Jay, you mentioned truth. Our truth is not Ronda Truth Killings from 2002. That's the problem. He's been this comedy thing. But on the flip side, he's been this comedy thing for 13 years, and we still love this man. We want him to be protected at all costs. And he still goes out there and does his thing, and we still are entertained by him. I'm not saying that's going to happen for the folks at Chase U, but there's always that hope as long as they've got a good, strong following. And it seems like Chase U has a good, strong following, despite the chat room and the lower left here.
Look no further than the calendar.
Right? That shit sold out immediately. That is crazy to me. And granted, it was the hot chicks that didn't appear in Chase U after that, except for Thea. So, is it really Chase U or is it just the hot ladies of NXT and they're on the calendar? That's the debate, right? Yeah, the problem with the gimmick is it's very much a what do we do now gimmick is what it comes down to. And like I said, like a time around the room, everybody but Mr. Chase has almost has that out because they didn't start out as that. They haven't been only that to the WWE audience. Thea has, but Thea's got the potential as a wrestler, and she's got that cute girl next door thing going for her. So that'll help her along nicely. Hopefully, Mr. Chase doesn't get reduced to something like just like a panelist on the pay-per-views or some stupid shit like that. But again, he knows his stuff, so it wouldn't be career suicide. It would just be he got life support to figure out what to do with the character.
Yeah. At least, like my wife said, at least Duke has size to him. I mean, I know it's not 1990 WWF with Vince in charge, and we smaller people do get their due now, but at least he has size on his side, and maybe they can do something with that. But beyond Chase being somebody's ambassador or mouthpiece, I really don't see what to do with him. He's got to be in like some managerial role or like maybe a commentator. I don't know, what do you do, an interviewer? Like, I really can't see how he fits in the main roster. Thea's the only one that I really can get behind, to be honest, because she's proven herself. But I mean, people have surprised us before.
I love that we're talking about the two that don't care, just like staring at each other on the screen, like.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That's funny. Yeah. Sorry.
Hi, Noah.
And Andre Chase, I don't want to kick him while he's down, but he was never the greatest talker. He could hold his own, but you throw him on the main roster with people like LA Knight, like Mello, like Roman, like Orton, he's gonna get dismantled. Cena coming back, just I honestly feel like they did those guys a disservice by breaking the university up.
Which is why I didn't even think they were gonna actually pull it off. Like I really didn't think they were gonna go through with it.
Yeah, and then with Ridge, do you actually have him beat Trick at Deadline? Because then what was the point in all this if you have him lose? You know, it's like
unless
if
Chase
you don't have
helps Trick. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's possible, but I don't see any real reasoning behind it. Because the university's dead. Like, yeah, okay, maybe Andre Chase got a little final semblance of revenge, but the university's still dead.
Well, right, but then you have something for Chase to do, at least in the interim, as far as I don't want to pigeonhole Ridge necessarily back into a feud with him, but if he doesn't win the championship, then what do you do with him beyond that? Unless you have him have a final blow off with Andre once and for all. And Andre's all by himself because he doesn't have the university to defend him anymore. And Ridge is battling him all by himself. And that was a good point in the chat. That was the NXT universe did those boys dirty on Tuesday, man. Singing "Na Hey," but that was not. I was like, that was not that was bullshit. That was bullshit. That was bullshit. Not okay.
I think it's just a thing. Like
okay, but they're the baby faces. That shouldn't be the thing.
I know.
That was Bass Backwards fan reaction. Like that made no goddamn sense that they would actively enjoy the destruction of JSU.
It's more of a program thing. Like they have to say this is awesome or type shit. It's just they're programmed to do it.
I guess.
Well, that's the end of that topic. For those wondering out there, I am okay. Nothing crazy's happened.
It's just fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that SpongeBob.
The little burns around.
Is, yeah. I'm fine. We're all fine.
How are you?
Everything's fine.
We're all fine here now. Good. Fine. How are you?
Yeah.
That you just shot by fucking stormtroopers.
Well,
that's okay.
We're gonna run the trailer one more time, then we will come back with our main event conversation piece.
No, Noah, stay up because you got to do the thingy when the trailer's done.
All right.
And now for a taste of things to come.
'Again, folks, it's really about
2 hours later.
Halloween moment.
The wrestling.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun. You did the thing.
There you go. So
that was good. That was a good one. Yeah,
All right.
enemy up by the real. Just have him just sitting in silence for 5 minutes. Oh,
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, enemy out. Seriously,
that would
good
have
shit.
been funny. all. That's it. Good night, everyone.
Oh, and like played every 5 minutes of the year and the year.
Like a flat line.
To Emmanuel's point, not exactly the best of weeks for me.
Right? What the fuck?
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're getting.
I never thought I'd be sad by a sentence that says Jay gets destroyed, but I actually am sad by it.
Hey, silver lining. You did a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
I'm an asshole for to say it. That's okay. Nobody.
Mr. Clean from No DQ CAW.
Mr. Clean. Oh no.
Sorry, had to.
Trauma trigger moment. Sorry.
So, main event topic. Y'all saw the graphic for the thumbnail. Last night, SmackDown saw the return of the wise man, Paul Heyman.
Dude, the pop.
Who introduced the 5th member of the OG Bloodline team. The Second City Saint CM Punk.
That is my favorite picture of the year. I don't give a shit.
It's so dope, bro. It's so good. Bro, legitimately, Paul Heyman looked like he was going to cry. The pop this got.
He did.
Dude.
Dude.
The pop. It was an unrelenting pop that honestly might rival the first dance. Honestly, it's up there. Because that was a long, continuous pop.
I was gonna say, for introducing the Chicago native, you got a Road Warrior pop, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Paul Heyman was saying, "Look in my eyes, what do you see? Tears running down these cheeks."
Right?
Right? Seriously.
Shit ruled, man. I love that.
That is why I stand by the theory that it's not going to be Paul returns, because people don't want to boo Paul. Even if he does turn, people are going to be like, but I love you.
He's justified.
You don't want to do it.
Well, the problem is he is justified big time.
He is justified, but people will still be like, okay, but they're going to book you, so we boo you, but I can't. I love you, Paul. And it's like, it'll be fucking weird.
Yeah, just like how James made the point today about how MJF is being made to be the villain in a story where he's got absolute right to be a dick towards these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kevin does to be a dick to Cody, dude. Everything Kevin said last night was right on the money.
For real, though.
Like,
Turn it into Homelander. Cody going Homelander.
See, and
you never go for Homelander.
So the $1 million question here, as far as CM Punk is, can Roman trust him?
Can he trust him?
You know, and it sounds very simplistic, but there's layers to this because CM Punk is into Uce. He's not family. He's only there for Paul. He made that more than clear to Roman. Like, I'm not here for you. I don't give a shit about you. I'm here for him. And granted, you couldn't hear him say it, but if you watched mannerisms and could read lips, you were able to pick up on what Punk was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to go to the X and screenshot that because that was something that came after the show went off the air.
Yes.
That's how I got that image. I used the footage they posted on X after the show went off the air to get that.
It's a great
like,
shot. And
they cut to black. You see Roman walking to the camera to throw his one up. And I'm thinking to myself as the camera goes back, I was like, dude, is Punk going to put his one in the air? Because that's going to be even more fucking epic. And then I saw the picture and he's doing the go to sleep. And it's like, okay, Punk being Punk, being Punk. But just so good.
It's a great visual.
It's
a great moment.
Can Punk be trusted, though? And I don't know how many people remember the fact that when Roman debuted, it was at Survivor Series helping CM Punk when the Shield made their debut.
Yep.
So, like, I wonder if they're, granted, they've only got one SmackDown to really tell that story, but are they going to use that little nugget in the storyline? Because I think it will really bring everything kind of full circle if they do.
Okay. Hey, remember, Jay, it wasn't just that moment of Survivor Series. It was also Punk and Bryan battling the Shield later.
Yep.
When the Shield were the minions of the Authority.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely history.
Was that Survivor Series?
No, no, it was after Survivor Series.
I think it was
2012.
I think it was
yeah,
from
that was. But the point I was making is that the debut was at Survivor Series.
Yes, correct.
Helping Punk, and now we're going into Survivor Series, and Punk is helping Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
In a full year
So,
after
which
he
is
returned.
Yeah.
Which is why I think that Roman can trust Punk. I still stand on that hill of it's Sammy. Sammy's the one. Sammy's going to be the problem.
Which, hey.
And I only stand so strong on that because Kevin is going so far into this thing with Cody. Kevin needs a definitive ally. He is an island unto himself. And the last time that Kevin and Sammy were together, it wasn't each other that they imploded on. It was just Kevin doing his thing and Sammy remaining the lovable Muppet.
And to your point, he's pissed.
Go ahead, Walter.
I was just gonna say he's pissed at Cody for teaming with Roman after everything he's done, and he's completely glossing over the fact that Sammy's back with Roman too. He's just ignoring Sammy.
I think that's done by design. He's not acknowledging Sammy because Sammy's gonna haluva kick freaking Roman's head off next Saturday. I'm telling you, if I had money to bet, Lord knows I don't, I would bet the house on Sami Zayn costing the OGs.
Yep.
And then he and Kevin reunite because Cody teamed up with Roman after everything. And all the shit that Kevin was saying last night, Sammy was standing right by Kevin's side at WrestleMania 39, trying to defeat Roman. Sammy was right by Kevin's side at WrestleMania 40, celebrating with Cody after they defeated the Bloodline. So it just makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think Punk can be trusted. I think Punk's involvement is going to relate back to Seth Rollins. Because Punk teamed up with Roman when Seth wouldn't. Punk got involved in this bloodline bullshit when Seth wouldn't.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Yeah, it might not even be. The thing is, too, we're reading into this like Sammy's going to do something. It very well could be Rollins that cost him because of Punk being chosen over Rollins.
But he wasn't chosen. They asked Rollins first. He said no.
Yeah.
Exactly. It wasn't that Punk was chosen. It was they tried to give Seth an opportunity, especially with the fact that it was looking like and then became Bronson on the other side.
Yep.
You've got heat with Bronson. Do you want to get in this cage and get the piece of him? and Seth fought it every step of the way.
And he did. But I maintain that, you know, the hatred for Punk runs deeper than him just being chosen.
Well, sure.
And I do feel like, and I even said it, that Punk was going to be chosen. It was going to piss Rollins off, much like how Kevin Owens, you know, was pissed off at Cody. You know, Punk kind of aligning with Roman, the tyrant. And, you know, this whole arc of him trying to mend bridges, Seth will, if Drew didn't buy it, Seth ain't going to buy it either. And I think he ultimately could also be a big component as to why the OG loses.
I definitely think Seth will be involved. And I reiterate that because, remember, it was Seth that told Cody, I'll be your shield. And he was. Seth is the reason we sit here with Cody Rhodes as the champion, because Roman chose to exact his revenge on Seth Rollins for payback rather than pull the trigger and finish Cody. If Roman swings that shit the other way, he retains the title and we're in a whole other world. And Seth literally sacrificed his body to get Cody to the title and to get Cody to beat Roman. And then Cody teams up with Roman. He and Kevin Owens are very much as he being Seth Rollins, pal. Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, as much as they've beefed over the years, are very much in the same mindset right now. What the Cody? What the fuck, Sam? What the fuck, Jay? What are we doing? Why are we teaming back up with this guy?
Yeah.
And Sammy, I feel, could be part of that too. I just think that Sammy's betrayal just sticks in my head because it makes so little sense and it makes sense, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But by the same token, as great as the battles with the Usos were, as great as that tag team title win at WrestleMania out here was for me as a fan and me as a friend, was so cathartic. Sammy was legitimately torn apart by his role and his leaving the bloodline. He did not want to have to go through that at the beginning of last year. He felt like a part of the family. And like I said, the shirt's out now, Sammy Uso, and the other shirt says The Chosen Us. So they're leaning into him being part of it. So I can see both sides of he will, he won't turn.
Yep.
Rollins and Owens are definitely the much more likely candidates to get involved, even though they're not in the cage at the moment.
Yep.
But that little speck of doubt is in the back of my soulless mind that it'll happen for Sammy.
Yeah, and to be fair, justified. I get the best part about this whole angle is they have made it so unpredictable and so watchable at the same time. And that's, man, that is rare. Like, it is really rare for that to be the case. So.
And to be fair, Seth interfering doesn't necessarily have to cost the bloodline. He could just take CM Punk out. It doesn't mean they're going to necessarily lose.
True.
It just starts their path to WrestleMania.
Yep. Amen.
The fact that we've had no Cody and Kevin announced for Survivor Series makes me think that Seth will get involved, and then it'll just start to spiral into other people.
Mm-hmm.
If that's going to be the main event, we have to have the clusterfuck level of tonight's main event without the what the hell booking of it and the brutality and the of it. I mean, it's war games. It needs to be brutal. Let me be clear on that. But it needs to make sense. And I think that as long as they stick to the narrative, Kevin, Sammy, Seth, the bloodlines, it'll work. I'm very curious to predict the show tomorrow with Aaron because, like, we've got 3 matches booked. Like, what the fuck are we doing next week? Like,
yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Like, we're booking now? Oh, okay. Sure, boss. That makes sense. Nothing booked.
Well, I mean, traditionally, he tries to do his prediction shows on Thursday, and Thursday's Thanksgiving.
Well, of course. But, you know, there's this car. As much as we praise Paul Levesque.
And like, where do you string it in the rest of the time during the week?
Well, no, that's I'm not faulting Aaron for it. I'm faulting Paul Levesque for it. It's like he forced the hand of we don't have a day to book, but we've got no card to talk about tomorrow. What do we do? Or even you guys Monday night. Like, unless there's a lot of shit happening on Raw Monday, it's gonna be a
Prediction might have to be predicting the actual card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just that I don't mind because no, I take that back. I 100% mind it. The women's War Games match is just there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a War Games. It should be a Survivor Series traditional tag. We talked about this a couple of situations. I'm very intrigued by the men's War Games match, which is what you should be. You should be intrigued by the main event of a big four field. So, to answer this topic question, yes, Punk can be trusted. I just don't think that we're worrying about the right partner or the right outside entities.
Yes.
Necessarily. If you're Roman Reigns, if you're Jimmy and Jay, if you're
You are right, because you go full circle. Think who did Sammy and KO beat to win the tag titles? They're in this match too. Yeah.
There's so much that leads me to believe that Sammy is we the one. Sammy's the one. And Walter, since you're going next anyway, go for it.
Yeah, I think Punk can be trusted because he's there for Heyman and everything. Like you said, you probably have to be worried about Sammy, but I just think both of you guys are right with James too. Seth is gonna have something to do with it. He's gonna be pissed because one, he's gonna go and it looks like he's gonna attack Reed or whatever, but he'll probably take him out with one thing, but he's gonna make a dash for Punk because who was the one who overreacted when Punk came out last year? It was Seth. You see this? There's like 50 intricate stories in here. That's what makes it so damn good. Because you got last year's Survivor Series and what happened. You got the stuff with Sammy. You got the stuff with Roman. Jimmy, and the fact that Jimmy and Jay just came back and automatically was on Roman's side. Nobody's talking about can you really fully trust them? Like, do they really even care? Like that. It was almost out of necessity that they came back. It wasn't because they really want to.
Right. So Noah, it sounds like Walter's saying that they're taking both storyline built beef and real life beef and making good business out of it. Amazing that a company can do that.
Say it louder, Jeff. By the way, I believe Noah is asleep, so you just talk to a sleeping Noah. He's
okay. Well then, James, since you're there, yeah, it's it's amazing. Yeah. A year ago, Corey Graves is winning the Nobel Peace Prize for having Punk not be killed live on television.
Yes.
I'm just saying, because Rollins was there, man. So, whoops, I went to the wrong window. There we go. Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing how it works. It's almost like you're doing business the right way.
Right?
Yeah. It's an amazing concept. Amazing.
Again, two people that were supposed to be the builder and the savior of AEW are now going to have a fucking mega moment next weekend. But
Hey, Noah, we had a question for you, my friend. How are you?
You okay?
What?
Hi.
What?
You end up falling asleep.
What y'all talking about?
We are talking about
the
segment.
I was just saying that the topic question is, can Punk be trusted? And we kind of got around to, and I ended up saying, it seems like they're taking a lot of elements of real life and storyline built drama and making business out of it. It's amazing that a wrestling company can do that in 2024, because you wouldn't know it if you didn't watch WWE or TNA or Ring of Honor or New Japan or any other company. Anyway, that was a dick phrase, but whatever. What do you think, Noah? Can the OG Bloodline trust CM Punk?
Can he be trusted?
Paul Heyman came out the same gear like Solo Sikoa, so there's suspension of disbelief with that.
You
Brandon said
know?
LOL. The women don't deserve a War Games match. That women clusterfuck is absolute bullshit. Might as well be a 10-woman Survivor Eliminator.
Yep.
Don't give jack shit. As far as this goes, only time will tell. I think one year to the day, you got to consider more the beef that Seth has with Punk. That might override his judgment with his beef with Bronson Reed. I think something more like that could come into play. The end game's got to be like Solo and Roman at some point, who have yet to have a one-on-one. Final boss is another factor here, who said 1, 2, 3, y'all are done at WrestleMania, it sounds like, and we haven't seen Hunter Tilden since Bad Blood. I'm more intrigued by Cody versus Kevin Owens, the fact that KO circled Cody's return in a single promo, while Cody encompassed Kevin Owens' entire career in a promo. I'm more invested in that match versus more Bloodline Saga.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as this goes, someone's going to betray somebody, but I still think the good guys win in the end because 50-50 booking. The bad Bloodline, the bootleg Bloodline, fuck it, whatever you want to call them. One at Crown Jewel, so it only makes sense for the good guys to get the win here, and then you figure out the end game on the road to WrestleMania. So yeah, well, maybe they'll pick this up as Saturday night's main event, but anyway.
Okay. JJ Noah made a valid point there. I didn't think about that Paul was dressed very Solo Sikoa-ish last night.
In the red and in the black suit. There is that element too. Could be Heyman being the snake.
They could be.
JJ, how you doing on the signal? I was asking JJ on purpose, Jim.
Gotcha.
Doing okay. Doing okay over
Okay,
here.
good. So let's just make sure the signal is working.
Yay!
What do you think about that? Because I didn't think about that.
And Safed, we realized Paul Bearer wore that back in 2000, but he's dead and has nothing to do with this angle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yes.
Although that is a.
I'm not sure why Paul Bearer is being brought into this.
I think he's bringing him up because it very well could just be coincidence, and he did wear that in honor of Paul Bearer. There is some validity to that, in fairness.
I just don't know why he to JJ's
It
point,
also
why
could
would
be
he?
everybody else is wearing black and red except for CM Punk, who's wearing his own merch. Like,
yeah,
come on.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm just. I don't know.
You're trying to be nice, and we appreciate it, James.
Yeah, true. I can see it either way.
The comment made no sense in the 2024 discussion about a person who's been gone 11 years and had no influence on the attire in my and JJ's opinion.
They're trying to put a square in a round hole there.
Yes. Well, but first it's more of a round and a square hole.
Square peg, whatever.
Going out there, yeah.
Well, if you're AEW trying to put a square in a double chocolate chip cookie. Sorry.
Cookie.
God damn it.
Cookie.
And if they keep Big Boom AJ, make him head of the social media department. He seems to know what the hell he's doing. Lord knows AEW needs that traction.
Media training.
The guy knows his shit. I'm telling you. Freaking Fox Business, MSNBC, freaking everywhere, man. That family is everywhere. Good for them.
Look how many people were watching YouTube at the time.
The fucking Tonight Show. The only AEW talent on Tonight Show. Fucking Costco guys.
Which is really bad.
What are we doing?
Really bad, man. That's so bad.
Fucking
bring the
join them every
boom.
week, it feels like now. Jesus.
Bring the boom, all right. Yeah.
Okay. None of that has to do with Punk at Survivor Series. Let's
No,
try to
it
get
doesn't.
back on
That's
track.
Although he does have pipe bombs, so there is the boom there. They're silent but deadly. Because that's what a pipe bomb is.
Noah, can I go to you for your quote towards James, please?
Okay.
He's so tired he can't even get help. There you
go. Damn it, James! You freaking idiot!
I know.
Thank
He's
you.
all groggy and he gets it out full tempo. He loves to see it.
It's happening there.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Punk being the addition is an interesting addition, but it's also full circle because he returned last year at Survivor Series.
Yep.
You know, if Paul was going to bring somebody back to be the fifth guy, I think everyone kind of thought maybe Brock. But Punk kind of makes sense too. I do agree to a certain extent to what Safet was saying. You know, if you look at Solo's outfits, you know, he's been wearing that black and red and kind of a little, could it be, could it not be? I don't know. Somebody is going to make the heel turn, though. That's the obvious thing, because we've got to start building steam towards Saturday night's main event. We've got Mania next year. You know, seeds got to get planted here. I definitely feel like Seth will probably get involved to kind of start the ball moving towards him and Punk at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And will Sammy turn, or is Paul the snake all along? And if Paul is the snake, is he a legitimate snake? Or is it a coup, kind of like when he ditched Roman to align with Brock just to fuck Brock over and show he was with Roman all along? Like, is he going to turn on Roman to lure Solo into a false sense of security so that when Roman beats him, you know, it's like I was with him all along?
If they do that, Jay, it would have to be really well pulled off. And Paul can do it, and Roman can do it. And I only say that it has to be well pulled off because if you remember when Paul went crawling back to Brock after Roman fired him, that was, you know, you could tell it was part of the plan. He, at least on TV, looked legitimately surprised when ladies and gentlemen went over the arena mark. Like, he was like, oh shit, he is here. Why couldn't I call him last week? What the hell's going on? Now, they could do the same thing like they did with Brock and just, we got you, motherfucker. We got you back then when it goes to WrestleMania. We've had you this whole time. You silly little wannabe tribal chief, you. But that's long-term storytelling, and we know they're capable of it. We know that Papa H is capable of it, but will the current WWE Universe be patient enough? That is the key.
That's long with like 3 ends in it. long looking.
Long.
I do gotta say they got me for a second, because when he said you need 5, I swear I thought he was gonna say you need 5 and F5, and Brock Lesnar was gonna come out like God. I swear I thought that was gonna be the line he was gonna use.
I would have been great with either Brock or Punk being that 5th guy, because it would have just been such a what the fuck either way.
Yeah, but Punk was the right choice. Listen, as much as I want to see Brock back, I don't know what the hell is going on with that, and we ain't gonna know until that Vince McMahon lawsuit's over. So we should pipe down on that one.
I don't know, dude. I think Brock could be back as soon as the Rumble.
No, I know, but that's when the trial is supposedly ending anyway, like right before.
I didn't even know the trial had begun, so how would we know when it's going to end?
I think it's supposed to be in December or something. That's when they said they're going to be done with the deposition or something.
You also have to remember there's a new president-elect in January 20th. He can start issuing pardons left and right. And separated or not, the dude's wife's in his cabinet.
Yeah.
So we don't know anything about nothing.
This is also fair. But let's not
trying real hard not to get down the political rabbit hole, but
yeah, let's not turn this into a political conversation.
Yeah, no.
I ask the people in the chat to refrain from political questions. So
yes,
I know you do. I'm just.
You know what?
It is a valid point that
yes,
Brock is likely off of television because of all that. But 100% himself. Brock's just doing Brock things. Like, if I want to call him tomorrow, I'll call him tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Speaking of good points, I didn't even think of what my wife just said. That is kind of a story within itself. If you want to do Punk versus Roman, like,
mm-hmm.
boom. Like, how the hell did you talk to Punk, and then when I try to reach you, I get your number has changed or it's not in service or whatever?
Well, Paul would be the one that seemed to call Punk, not the other way around. Paul recruited Punk, not vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it could be, why the hell did you reach out to your tribal chief?
Why didn't Roman reach out to him prior to or after the powerbomb at the Garden?
Exactly.
Again, so much to think about in the next 7 days, folks.
Well, before we get to Emmanuel's super chat, I did start a comment that he threw up that kind of ties to this conversation. Come on, there it goes. Is Paul going to be Punk's wise man? Remember what Paul said to Punk when he wanted to leave Solo to take him with him? Is that the favor Paul needed to fulfill?
Could be.
That's true, because Punk didn't mention his favor. Paul's favor was take me with you.
Yeah, that's true.
And now we wish he would have, because he wouldn't have got powerbomb. Again, another interesting layer of this big giant onion that's gonna be layered, hopefully, part and part in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold in Vancouver too, I think. So it's just cold everywhere. It's crazy.
And then we did get a super chat from Emmanuel also. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. As always, he wants to know who attacked Jade. And is this a step back for her in WWE? And then he goes on to add, who's replacing her in War Games? Now, Walter had asked to go first on this one in the private chat, so I will allow him, and I'm going to send frequency waves. Don't say what the fuck I'm about to say, asshole, because you know how much I love me some Jade. I was really looking to get into this, but you politely asked, so I will allow it. Just don't fuck me over.
And ... There is a SmackDown spoiler. So if you actually don't want to be followed by SmackDown ...
Yeah, I haven't read the SmackDown spoilers.
Oh, okay.
And
okay, good.
Lee,
Did he reverb or was that me?
Rewrote.
No, did I go rero?
Yeah, you went rewrote.
You went mega rero. You went to freaking Megazord rero.
Damn it.
Yeah, I didn't hear Jack.
Say it again. Try it again. All we heard was Lee.
Yeah, right?
And then you rewrote.
I don't want to start talking and then he like.
Yep. Same. Hello?
Give him a second.
I'm going to pull a string.
Check.
Hi, JJ.
Curse this damn technology.
I heard him say check.
Yeah. Can he hear us?
I don't know if he can hear us.
I'll type in the chat.
There we go. Okay, Walter, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say because of how they've been pushing her and everything. Her replacement is probably Lash Legend because she's just gonna pop up, and that's like a replacement of a strong Jade. That's just my guess. Now, I know you guys are gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about? Where's this coming from?" And everything in terms of who attacked her. But you gotta walk me through. I think who attacked her was Charlotte Flair, and why I say is because first of all, she doesn't work as a face. So usually when you return, you're gonna get that pop, right? It's not gonna work here. But if you think about it, who has benefited more from Charlotte's injury than Jade and Bianca? After Charlotte is out of the spotlight, those two rose, and they rose pretty quickly. Bianca years ago, even with Charlotte there, but Jade really got her spot. Had Charlotte been there the whole time, Charlotte could have taken her down. So the fact that Charlotte's been gone and she's ready to come back, she needs a big angle to walk right into. Why not throw it right there, right in the middle of that and start a WrestleMania program or a Royal Rumble or something? Charlotte comes back and immediately is thrown into that instead of always coming immediately for a title. Let's just do that. Let's bring her to be able to try to conquer Bianca and Jade. She's the one who attacked her. I know it's a little far fetched, and you're like, where the hell would you get that from? But it makes a lot of sense. If you think about it, she can immediately say, "You stole my spotlight," and you're only in the position you're in because I was out for over a year, and that's where you can go. And then Lash Legend, I'm just pulling a name out of a hat, like so. But in terms of that, but hopefully I didn't steal your thunder, JJ. I don't know if we're thinking of the same, but go ahead.
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Huge lag from when I stopped and y'all responded. I do think Charlotte is going to be the one to take the spot. But I don't think Charlotte who attacked her. I think who attacked her was Naomi.
Ooh, that actually makes sense.
Okay, I'm getting the awkward look from Jeff, so I know I'm still being heard. But yeah, I saw a whole thread on social media about somebody suspecting Naomi earlier today, and the more I read this guy's logic behind everything, the more it made complete total sense. Think about it. Naomi's basically been the third wheel in the big three. She's only been the person to come in rare instances. Bianca and Jade are the ones reaping all the benefits. They're the two-time tag champs. Naomi made this grandiose return at the Rumble coming off of her TNA run, and she ain't done jack diddly shit.
Oh, yeah.
But be a hanger-on to the Bianca and Jade show. And then Bianca and Jade go down to NXT, and Kaylani Jordan replaces her.
Mm.
And we get that image of the three of them flexing together, and Naomi's nowhere to be found. The thread said that was the straw to break the proverbial camel's back. And now not only is she a third wheel, now not only is she a hanger-on who's lost virtually every match she's had this year and had no real anything, but then she's replaced with a young upstart from NXT. Everybody has said coming off the heels of the Trinity run in TNA, she deserves way more than this.
Very true.
This is how she gets it. She could very well end up in the finals now for the United States title. You know, and who's going to replace Jade in the tournament? let alone who's going to replace her come Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Very hard to argue with the Naomi part of being the attacker.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be what we've been calling for on this show for years now.
Yeah, I
Except that
mean,
she's trying to heal at the wrong time because the OGs are baby faces now.
yeah, exactly, right. Like, well,
That's
I
the
mean,
shitty part.
now better more than ever. I mean, she should be a babyface, but they haven't done anything with her.
No, and to JJ's point, she's been back almost an entire calendar year, and nothing of substance, nothing.
Yep.
Hell, her opponent at her title loss has had more TV time in WWE with substance than she has, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
And she's still a TNA wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
How much bullshit is that?
Yep.
For Naomi, love me some Jordan Grace, but for Naomi purposes, that's bullshit.
Yep. Treating her like a bag of shit.
That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah, I would
It
love
really
that.
is.
Naomi. Yeah.
Because if Bailey turns heel again, I'm over it. Like, fuck's sake.
I don't need another Bailey heel run.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
It was only effective, at least for me, in the end when her and Sasha were still healing it together. It's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Damage control needs damage control.
Yeah.
And Bailey not being there is not doing it any better or worse. So, yeah.
I'm hoping we can actually come up with all 5 different people. Let's see.
Right. Oh. I'm glad that wasn't made up in Super Chat because the fatigue is hitting.
Noah's asleep again.
I think he's asleep again. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep, there he is.
First of all, did he watch SmackDown to know what happened?
Do you know about Jade Cargill, and who do you think attacked Jade Cargill, Noah? That's what we're on.
Jade Cargill got attacked. I don't know anything outside what y'all talk about with Bloodline reinvention, and of course the one thing I cared about, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, but Jade Cargill got attacked, so okay, so War Games, right. Women don't deserve War Games. Jack shit. We're talking about who attacked her if she was attacked. Let's see. If I were to put out a name, I'm just going to keep putting it out there. I'm waiting for Bianca Belair to go full on black heel bitch. I want her to drop Jade Cargill and build that WrestleMania program. But the fact they're the tag champions, I think that wouldn't make much sense since, again, they pretty much both are over, though Bianca can carry more of the team. Still, Unholy Union treated unfairly, unjustly. So, honestly, I could care jack shit less. But if I'm going to put out a name based on the context where we're at now, let's see. Liv Morgan and Raquel, they freaking took out Rhea Ripley, but she's back with a face mask. Nia Jax. Nia once beat with Jade Cargill. I mean, hell, got disqualified in a tournament, so there's that. I mean, Nia might think that, Jade is someone that could oppose her throne. Maybe she had Tiffany do it. The Naomi, what the fuck she's doing? She lost to Nia Jax. Oh, damn, that looks like she was literally KLD or freaking chokeslam on a windshield. Naomi ain't care about that shit. I think Bianca Belair makes more sense, honestly, to me, just based on her finisher, that KLD, just robbing her like a bad habit on the hood of that vehicle. I mean, but for someone like to replace her, based on opportunity, based on history, based on potential championship rivalry, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Kalani Jordan get the Sunning call up. Lyra Valkyria, who has history with Nia Jax. Again, brand split LOL. Who the fuck cares? I, honest to God, don't know, and much so don't care. But if one person needs to do something to become relevant in WWE again, it's Naomi. So I'll go with that, but it wouldn't surprise me if Kalani Jordan was the replacement.
There you go.
I don't got our names.
And now Noah goes back to slumber.
James?
For me, I think I agree with your line of thinking, JJ. Honestly, I think it's Naomi. Full on. I think you're sound. I think that logic is sound. So I go with Naomi. She deserves better, man. It feels like, what is the biggest story outside of the bullshit in AEW? It's the Naomi stuff in WWE. I feel like literally since we've been existed as the multiverse, we've been talking about how Naomi's been misused in the WWE. And that's not changed since we've changed names and logos. So, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I feel like it's got to be Naomi. Naomi's got to be the one. So please make it Naomi.
Jeff?
I like the fact that it could be Charlotte, because that means she's back in the mix and not necessarily going after a title just yet. I really think it has to be either her or Naomi. I tend to agree with the two of you up top here. Sorry, I'm trying to. I need a cough really bad. I can't get anybody outside of Naomi just makes the most sense because, again, she's been back since almost a year, and James makes a valid point. Other than her run in TNA, which has occurred in the lifespan of the multiverse / the studios, she's been the most misused prime player on the women's roster, period. Like, there's no arguing that she's been the most misused one. Like, for me, it's not even a close second for anybody else. Like, she's just that person. And it's bullshit because she is talented. She's got a great following. The people seem to like her, whatever role she's in. So get her back in the mix. But I pointed out while you were rerolling that turning her heel now would only be sucky because then she wouldn't join the bloodline because her hubby's part of the OGs, which is the babyface bloodline. Like, shit. So
that's a good
other
point.
than that, I'm here for it.
I just want to ask a follow-up question. When do you think they reveal who attacked her?
Yeah. Because I don't think they're going to have the replacement in the match for the United States Championship be relevant to the storyline of the replacement in War Games. Yeah, there you go. Again, they've both been back or on this roster for a year together. So, and to everybody's point, constantly overshadowed every step of the way since she's returned. Whereas Jade has had the rocket shoved to her proverbial, butt. And a lovely proverbial butt it is too.
Proverbial butt indeed.
Don't get me started. Wife is in the chat. Wife is in the chat.
Yeah, that's right. Easy. That's okay. We're into your plug everything, but you're gonna be fucked anyway. So
yeah, that is true. Although
that's on a quarter off Walter's promo. There you go.
I was about to say. I think they both like her. So there you go.
All right. I'm guessing because JJ is commenting, we're having. I'm just gonna keep moving along. I'm only doing that because JJ seems like he's still having trouble with lagging between audio and video. He's commenting in the chat room, so I'm just gonna push through. And are we gonna throw to the trailer again, or are we gonna go straight to the plugs and go maybes?
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, but the lag is substantial.
Yeah. Okay.
Like 5 seconds.
I did want to go to another trailer real quick. Something that we haven't aired yet. A little surprise trailer.
Noah.
And now for a taste of things to come.
reviews of it.
I'm not sure about them horror versions. The werewolf Santa, I kind of want to like go hide in the corner and pretend everything's gonna be okay.
Right, with the music.
Dude, that was the mean one looks like it's gonna be funny just because it's obviously the Grinch, which is funnier than shit. So I'm here for that one.
All the Christmas movies.
Yeah. Damn right.
Remember, there's a lag for Jay, so you gotta wait 5 seconds to make sure he responds before you do the thing.
Let me try to come up on this. Hold on.
Okay.
Try the phone. We tried the phone.
Fuck all the technology as we approach Christmas.
Yes. And Noah,
Somebody super chat this man and get him a better Wi-Fi service.
Yes.
I was just gonna say that. That should be his Christmas gift.
Fuck me. Hell, super chat, PayPal the motherfucker, dude. Get him a better Wi-Fi.
Bro, while we wait for JJ to come back in here, man, Noah can sleep through a fucking earthquake. Look at this shit.
Oh no, the best one still was you remember Big G fell asleep on the air?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that was so good. He actually slept. Like he didn't even come to. Like he just slept through that whole, and then it was like,
that was funny.
We should probably kick him out of the studio now.
Yeah, dude.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
it
was great.
That was one of the highlights.
No, what Japanese wrestling's on?
Noah Suicida.
Noah, Tope Suicida. Abrino basta. Rainmaker.
Oh no, not the Rainmaker. We have Tinkerbell involved again.
Oh, there he is. There's some head movement. Hello, Rainmaker.
What?
Double chocolate chunk cookie. There you go. I don't know. Don't mind me. Hey, Noah. How are you? Are you awake?
I'm here.
There you go.
James, JJ, how you doing? Now you're back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We don't know why you say goodbye. We say hello.
Meow.
Can y'all see me?
Yes.
I can see you. There's still a lag in your response, however.
Is there?
Yeah, barely.
Okay, maybe not now.
Okay, because I can see me on the phone, but on the laptop, I'm not seeing me yet. It's still doing the do. But
okay,
because I'm trying to produce. I'm still trying to produce on the laptop, but
okay.
There you go.
Okay. Well, this should be fun to try as we close up the show.
But yes, the Renegades reviews, little soft reopening, as it were, because so many movies were coming out on Netflix this year, and it's just like, you know what? I kind of want to talk about them. Kind of want to do the thing. They're pretty much going to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday thing each week, with a couple exceptions. The week of the horror themed movies will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because that week has actually got a Friday the 13th, which is why I went with the horror themes that week. That way, Friday the 13th could have a Christmas horror movie.
That's awesome. Plus, what is the final resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the last three will be Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and the 23rd. That'll be the Princess Switch trilogy, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. I like you're doing stuff that like people like I hadn't heard of. I don't think any of those. So that's awesome. You're giving some new stuff a little love. That's cool. I like that.
That was the point. Like I said, I wanted to try to do stuff that was just coming out, stuff that was brand new, stuff that was going to be relevant, and then, throw in some other stuff that is older, but old kind of is a relative term because the oldest movie I think is not even 10 years old yet. So it's still newish enough. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, newish when it's when the Christmas ends on off. It starts off. Oh my god, there you go. It starts the same day, remember? It's true though. That is the case this year. 25th is first night Hanukkah.
And then the mean one was just like I've been on this kick of watching, you know, the Mouse Trap with the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse, the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, and like there's a Grinch horror movie, and it's like, come on, that just seemed like it was perfect.
Yeah, that one I'm okay with. That one I'm okay with. No Mickey the Mouse horror. No Mickey the Mouse horror. Yep.
No.
No Mickey the Mouse horror. Especially after Monday, it was a good day. He was in his Christmas best. Happy night. I don't need him killing nobody.
So yeah, those will all be coming starting next Tuesday.
Okay. So not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
No. This coming Tuesday.
Okay. Just trying to make sure I had that clear in my head because it didn't make.
Brain did not compute.
So Tuesday the 26th. You can check that out over at the Continent Studios.
Because Turkey Hollow will go up on Thanksgiving Day.
Ooh.
Turkey Hollow. That's a great name for no reason in particular.
Well, and it's from the mind of Jim Henson, so you know, there's that whole connection there too.
That's awesome. I have a topic talking about you off air, by the way, about him. So if you have the time and aren't seeing TV yet,
we shall see.
Okay.
But so yeah, so there's all that coming up, and then of course, come the beginning of the year will be the full-on relaunch. Give me a week in between the Christmas Day episode going up, and then New Year's Day in the full relaunch.
There you go. It should be a day long remembered.
Yes.
Yes.
But enough about that. Let's go ahead and start going through the shills before my computer decides it wants to crap out again. James.
You can find me on the Facebook, Instagram. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Facebook at JHubert and YouTube, Instagram, and X at JHubert95. I'm really cool and dumb things on the internet. Check out my uncle's documentary trailer. Go check that out. Go do that. It would be great. You should do that, and you should also check out my J Hubert side of things. Part 1, All Elite Children, and Part 2 of All Elite Children. The war against AEW management and fans against its wrestlers. So yeah, go check that out, folks. It's a crazy 2-part series, full of twists and turns and me oh my's. So yeah, if you want to know why the hell people are pissed off at AEW and why people stop tuning in, go watch it, especially Part 2, because man, it gets even worse. You want to see the nonsense? Go ahead, be my guest.
I still need to sit through Part 2.
Yes. Wait, what?
I said I still need to sit through Part 2.
Yes. And Jeff, what were you saying? Fair dues.
Not important, I guess. Noah.
Noah, are you awake?
I'm here somewhat. Graphic. Bomb If You Choose and Foster 1916. All things wrestling. Shout out AEW fam on the social media platforms. Primarily, I'm on the YouTube and the Twix. Instagram only match, and you have a picture that tells a story. Keep up with prediction leads, prediction panels. Keep up with what we do here at Symbiote Reliable Studios. And as always, just your life and enjoy wrestling too. It's as simple as that. See you tomorrow for whatever we're doing. And see you when we're on the prediction panel. And stay tuned for predicting Monday Night After Raw for Survivor Series War Games. And Friday, the TNA Turning Point, Friday, November 29th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we did before I watch one.
There you go. Back to sleepy ghosts.
Yes. Walter.
The ace.
Mamacita.
No, I'm sorry. I was looking over my shoulder to make sure she ain't coming.
Wait, I thought you said you both left her. What do you mean?
That doesn't mean she won't think it's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
So on the Twitter, you can follow me at Walter Alex Cruz and Instagram Walter.Cruz.940, and of course the Rage of Wrestling YouTube channel, all one word. Do not space it. It would be easier to find. And thanks for everybody who did tune in. It was a lot of people watching that watch along, so we thank you.
Yeah, you guys did some pretty good numbers. As of right now on my channel alone, 500, and I can't see if that's 37 or 27. But still, like over 500 views just on my channel alone.
That's not right. Really, that's quick. Damn, for an AEW show. I mean, we're getting some traction for AEW shows. I wonder why. It's almost like
We're getting traction on all the pay-per-views on my channel now, and I know why, or at least I've got a pretty good feeling why. But I'll save it for off the air.
That'd be fair.
Well, since you're still here and you didn't go Mimi's, Jeff, why don't you run through your shit again?
Yeah, so and I'll take a shit in a minute here. Good lord. So yes, on the socials at Facebook and Blue Sky at Jeff Meacham. Instagram and YouTube is Instagram is _Jeff Meacham. YouTube is also Jeff Meacham. Twix is _ Jeff Meacham. I just have it on there right now because I'm trying real hard to switch people to that platform, but we'll see how it goes. Kind of finally got around to booking some stuff for New Year's Eve / the Jeff Meacham anniversary show.
Yeah,
we'll have dear friend Ariel Belair singing her song "Till the Clock Strikes." That'll be part of the presentation. I also will be giving my projections for 2025, and yes, it's spelled and typed like that on purpose just to trigger you crazy people. What's for the next 12 months, and then finally, during the course of that show, there'll be a congratulatory phone call from a voice I previously had no chance in hell of contacting. That will be on that show on New Year's Eve. So stay tuned for all the craziness. You never know what's going to happen with the Jeff Meacham Network or Rival Studios, and that graphic proof.
I forgot one thing I was supposed to plug because I didn't get a graphic on, so my apologies.
Go for it.
I will be on Duke Loves Wrestling. I forgot about this, folks. Be on the lookout for that. Duke Loves Wrestling on YouTube. I kind of do a bit of a buffer between part 1 and part 2 on his show. We discussed some of the stuff I had already talked about. We had actually talked there. That is a very big platform because he has had the likes of Eric Bischoff on his show. He has had the likes of other talent on his show, independent talent mainly, big names in the independents. And he has had Devon Dudley as a co-host on a weekly show called The Duke and Devon Show, where I think it's the Devon and Duke Show. Go check that out. I'll be on that show, on that channel. There you go.
All right. As for me, you can find me on the socials, on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, on YouTube, of course, Casa D18 Studios, on Twitter and Blue Sky, ROWJJ Williams. in addition to everything that you saw in the trailer, we do have some pretty cool stuff coming up. Not only will you get a Renegade review from me on Thursday, but at some point on Thursday, and I haven't completely decided yet if this is going to just be exclusive to the members or if I'm going to stream it to the greater Simply Reliable Studios. But tomorrow at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, Noah and I are going to enter the studio to film a retro watch along of the inaugural Turning Point 2004 with 6 Sides of Steel. It is 20 years roughly to the day of the inaugural event. And I thought having that go up live on the eve of the latest installment would be kind of a nice little treat for the fans. Again, undecided if I'm just going to upload it and make it members exclusive or if I'm going to upload it and then create a StreamYard here and broadcast the video to 3 channels because I can only do 3 on my StreamYard. Even if I ask Walter for his login and tap into him, that's still only 4 channels. So, but should be cool going back and reliving that show.
Yeah, I was there. Great show, man. Fun times.
I know. That's why I wanted you to be a part of the call.
I know.
But you've got personal
everything I
issues,
can.
and I totally understand, and no need to get into it. But that's why I wanted for you to be a part of it so badly, because you were actually there and could give firsthand experience reliving it all.
Well, I can promise to try to get going here tomorrow in that block of time. I will say, if I'm not there tomorrow, I will say that it's so odd to me that I was there live in person for Randy Savage's last match. It's just bonkers.
That's so wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, did he do a lot? No. If you watch the watch long and you watch the show, he didn't do a whole lot, but that is technically the last time he was involved in a match. And he got the 3 cameras, so there you go.
Yeah.
And it's been 20 years, even crazier. So
true.
If I can get enough done right here, and if I can pull my voice together with these podcasts, God help me, I will do my best to do the studio with you guys tomorrow. Because I do want to. I really do watch that show back. I have it saved in my YouTube watch later, but I don't get around to watching. So.
And then, of course, 1 week from tonight will be our next karaoke extravaganza, as we are thankful for our families. The entire theme is family groups, bands, duos that are family related. So think the Jacksons, think the Beach Boys, think AC/DC. You know, Walter found out today when he opened the playlist, the very first song was Big Balls by AC/DC. You know, so, hey, you know what? I had to throw Balls Mahoney's ECW theme in there, damn it. The Pointer Sisters, Ike and Tina Turner, you know, just the Hanson brothers. There's so much good stuff and so much, oh my God, what the hell, on the wheel that it should be a very fun evening for everybody, including Noah, you know, who will be here with his Switch in hand. We will do the normal, we'll spin the wheel to determine who's gonna sing. Then we'll go to the song wheel, and it's a little bit structured differently because there's songs on there. And then the artists that have multiple songs, it just has like the artist name, and then it says see separate wheel. So like if the Beach Boys come up, then we go to a different wheel to spin to see which Beach Boy song gets sung. instead of having like 25 spots on the wheel that are different Beach Boy songs.
Yeah, right.
They have their own separate wheel. Any artist that has more than 5 songs has their own separate wheel. If they have less than 5, then those are scattered out on the wheel. But more than 5, they got a separate wheel to go to. And then, of course, next month will be our yearly tradition, the Christmas karaoke show. And I've been thinking about this one, and I think we're going to do this one completely different than we have in the past. For the Christmas show, it's just going to be our names on the wheel. And if our name comes up, we get to pick which Christmas song we want to sing. Rather than going to a separate wheel and maybe having to sing something that we're not insanely huge fans of, or some obscure Christmas song that you've never heard before, even though I've got arguably the most extensive Christmas playlist that there is with a shit ton of songs. Just pick which song you want to sing. I feel like that way we can convey our spirit a little bit more, because you're going to pick a song you're passionate about and a song that you actually enjoy. I saw Jeff start to raise his hand. What's up, Jeff?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I only have one request. If somebody wants to sing Last Christmas and their audio can be heard throughout the network here, go on and sing. I am determined to make it 2 years in a row to survive when again, by God. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
You better not go to a
I'm
Kings game.
How long does Oh, that's true. Shit. Well, if I get whammed there, then it is what it is. The karaoke show for freaking 3 weeks into the month. So it'll be what it will be.
Emmanuel, you can always PayPal us in advance for spins or whatever that you would like to contribute to. You know all of the PayPals. You've pretty much got us all stored in your phones.
Yes.
So if you would like to donate and then just go back and watch, what came up as part of your donations, you can always do that if you're going to be preoccupied at your 20th class reunion, which, while I'm sure that makes you feel old, this year was my 30th reunion.
My school never even did a damn reunion.
I haven't been to a single one.
Right.
I have not been to a single one.
They didn't organize the 10th year, and the 20th year was still during pandemic, so I didn't get to go. Maybe for 30.
But,
anyway.
So all of that stuff coming up here, and then of course all the watch-alongs. This week is going to be insane for us. You would think that with it being a holiday week, it's going to be calm. Oh no. Jeff and I are going to be on the no DQ predictions tomorrow. I believe Noah will be on that as well. Actually, let me rewind that back. Noah and I are going to be filming Turning Point. Then the three of us are going to be on the no DQ predictions. Then on Monday, we'll be simply predicting. Then on Tuesday will be the no DQ review that I may or may not end up being on. Depends if I end up picking up a shift from work. Then Wednesday will be the Dynamite Watch-along. Thursday will be the Turning Point airing. Friday will be this year's turning point.
And predictions for it.
Saturday, yeah, and the predictions for it. Saturday will be the WrestleCade Super Show and Survivor Series. Sunday will be Ladies' Night Out. And then we rest.
Sunday. Yeah.
And on the 8th day, we rest.
No, because then Sunday night I'm doing the No DQ year-end award nomination show with Aaron. So both Sundays this week I've got what do you call it? Aaron stuff.
Plus, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be the Renegades reviews for this week. Plus, James may end up getting the itch to do a Jay Hebert side. Plus, Noah could always get the itch to do an ATW impromptu.
True. Yep.
Plus Thursday night we all have died.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a
Our funeral.
partridge in a pear tree. Wow. Okay. We just got a $26.02 super chat from 26.2 miles outside parts unknown.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Lovely.
Love the gimmick there. Who wins in an arm wrestling match? JJ versus Jeff, Aaron versus Virtue, Walter versus G, Datilla versus Arlene of Los Domingos, Noah versus Mansfield, and Hebert versus TJS. Well, no disrespect to Jeff. No disrespect to Jeff, but I think I would beat him in an arm wrestling match.
You give your answer first, go ahead.
No offense, bro. I think Virtue would take Rift. I think Walter would take G.
Yep.
I think Datilla would take Arlene. Noah would easily take Mansfield, although that would probably be the best matched one out of the two. And then I'm going to go with James over TJS just because forget him.
Why do I always gotta fight TJS? Like, why? What is the thing? Do I really look that much like TJS?
Looks wise, I do see some similarities, but you're a billion times smarter.
Damn.
Well, that's because James's brain is not dyed orange. January 20th. Anyway,
go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry, is that out loud? Go ahead.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Even Arlene says Datilla would defeat her, so.
Okay, well then, okay. You would beat me, especially right now with this broken wing I got going on, so definitely no doubt about that.
Take these broken wings. Okay, sorry.
Oh my
God. Wow, that was a hell of a callback. Good job. Walter, I think Walter and G and Josh and Noah are both evenly matched, but I think Noah takes Josh for sure. Walter and Big G I'd peg. That'd be an interesting one to see. Yeah, it's a little Arlene, and like I said, James's intellect and lack of making better choices when it comes to polls would beat him, TJS, and everything. As far as Aaron and Virtue, I don't see the whys. They're more evenly matched, personally. Leslie and Caitlin are more evenly matched, I think, for me than Aaron and Virtue, because Aaron's not a very confrontational person, and his backyard pass would probably do him in. He'd probably go up to do arm wrestle and like reach behind and grab a chair and whack Virtue in the head, which wouldn't be a problem necessarily. But love his Virtue, but it's a thing. But yeah, I'd rather see Leslie and Caitlin do this match. It seems like an even match to me.
Okay, Walter.
Yeah, I think JJ, Virtue. I don't know. Big G's a pretty big dude. He might get.
Yeah, he's pretty solid dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And I've seen him in person. You know what? Just to be different, I'll pick him over myself, just to not be. And then, Noah.
So you're not going to Mercedes Monet it and book yourself to win?
No, not at all. And yeah, James over Hebert, physically and mentally.
James is Hebert.
James over Hebert.
James over TJS. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say
James over Hebert. Why is James?
And I had a brain fart.
Why is James there beating up his uncle Gary? Dude, Gary's been through it enough. Jesus Christ.
James is beating himself. Wait,
Noah,
that
who do you
sounded
got in
really
these?
bad.
What?
Noah, who do you got in these matches?
Arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
Mm-hmm. It was a super chat from 26.2 miles outside parts unknown.
The greatest screen name in YouTube history.
First off, greatest name ever. Arm wrestling. I have no objection about that. I don't even know anyone's trained.
No, but you know wrestling, and this is all the wrestling. It's just a different form of wrestling.
It is true.
I want to see that Sylvester
I know
Stallone.
Jeff talked about the shoulder one time. He was laughing so hard. I remember the man. I don't know if that's really there. The JJ, I guess it's because of that. Aaron Virtue. That probably would be the most, I think, even match based on both men, I think, in their background. But I think because Virtue's always going to be an aggressor, and if you disagree, he calls you a mark, so he's got you there verbally. I think I got to give it to Virtue. Walter and Big G. If Walter doesn't do his weed, Walter, otherwise Big G.
That's fair. That's fair. Walter may be too stoned.
Attila and Arlene.
Damn it.
Again, I don't know about either of those two based on, well, again, Arlene, she's already mentally strong. God bless her, working in a hospital, saving lives, and God bless you, Arlene, for that. Attila, though, I mean, she loves Power Rangers, so, I mean, she always tries to be mighty. So that'd probably be a toss-up there, but I think probably because Arlene, based on her career, could probably handle a stressful situation and the stress that arm wrestling strains on an arm. I think Arlene would be more mentally focused. I'm going to go with Arlene on that one. And me and Mansfield, I'm more brains than brawn. Mansfield, I think, would probably get the better of me because I know he probably has been more involved in physical activity. So I'll give it to the young man.
Wow.
James, because of everything you all just said.
Don't even waste. Don't even
So
waste.
I love the fact that both Walter and Noah didn't Mercedes it and booked their opponents to beat them.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, James, go ahead and bring this one home.
I wouldn't be taking part in this thing anyway because I don't.
Yeah, I went against TJS. JJ, you beat Jeff. Aaron,
Undisputed.
Yeah, there you go. Virtue beats Aaron, I think. I feel like Virtue might have the strength advantage there. Walter definitely gets Big Baller G. Arlene against Attila. And Noah versus Mansfield for me, I think. I love how Noah called that whole thing and previewed a fucking wrestling card.
I was gonna say he was more
he was doing tail of the
the
tape.
fucking show.
Yeah.
He was doing tail of the tape and shit over here.
Right? I love it. Yeah, he told a story with it too. It was great.
Anybody else
the
want to
air
watch
for
Over
3
the Top
hours.
now?
Yeah, me too. True.
Right. So you and I need to ask Aaron tomorrow who would your name is Virtue, and then we need to ask Virtue on Tuesday.
For real.
Stir the pot, bro. Stir the pot.
And yes, Walter, I'm totally down to watch Over the Top now. I actually reviewed that once upon a time because Terry Funk is in it.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
All right. Well, that just about wraps it up. Again, thank you very much to 26.2 miles outside parts unknown and to Emmanuel, for their super chats this evening. Thank you to the 16 of you that are still crazy enough to watch us right now. You know, it's past 3 a.m. on the East Coast, just past midnight here on the West Coast, and I did want to try to be off the air by midnight. I think we only ran over because of that final super chat, which I'm not mad at because who's going to scoff at $26.02? Especially when it's donated by 26.2 miles outside parts unknown. Like, seriously.
He got his 2 cents in and then some, so good for him.
You know, thank you to everybody who joined us earlier today for the AEW Watch Along. For those of you that are part of the No DQ Galaxy, Jeff, Noah, and I will see you tomorrow on the Survivor Series predictions. And for the rest of you, we will see you come Monday for Simply Predicting Survivor Series. For the He-Man James Hebert. For the CP man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster. For Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. For the man, the myth, the legend, the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham, baby. I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, thanking y'all for joining us this evening, and we will see you guys next week.
Have a good night.
Fuck Jake Paul.